Formula E moves away from Mexico City and over to Saudi Arabia. Welcome to the Jeddah Corniche circuit for round 3 of the season. Using the Formula 1 layout, turn 1 and 2 is a natural overtaking opportunity, but then in turn 3 we zoop back round on a hairpin for 4 and then back down to 5, 6, 7, sweeping before we get to our first chicane at turn 8, an inside opportunity to flick the car in and really get some power down. Then through a sparse Francashore style bus stop chicane at turn 11, kink at 12 before then into the long turn 13 hairpin, which is going to be our first attack mode opportunity at this circuit. 2 chicanes on the back straight as well make up 19 turns here at the shortest of the Jeddah Corniche circuit layouts. It's the 3rd and 4th round of the championships before the championship takes a couple of months break before Miami. Double in Monaco, followed by a double in Tokyo, Japan, and then we go over to doubles in Shanghai as well. Jakarta takes us to round 12 before doubles in Berlin and London round out the season. Evans won in Sao Paulo in December. January, that belonged to Oliver Rowland with victory in a thrilling Mexico City. And this is what it does to the Drivers' Championship then. It's Antonio Feliz da Costa on 37 points to Oliver Rowland on 25, matching with Mitch Evans. Pascal Wehrlein has 21 with Taylor Barnard on 15. Jake Dennis has 13 with Sam Bird on 12. Jean-Eric Verne matching along with Nick de Vries. And Eduardo Mortar rounding up the top 10 with exactly 10 points as well. On the second page, Maximilian Gunther has 8 points, Christopher Van Dorn on 7, Buemi on 6 with Tictum on 4, Muller's on 2, Hughes only on 1, no points for Friends or Maloney or anyone else down there. In the Teams Championship, Tag Heuer Porsche leads 58 points to Neil McLaren 27. They're 2 clear Jaguar and Nissan. Mahindra's on 22, clear to Penske and Andretti. Maserati on 8, Envision 6, Cooper on 4, Lola still on 0. And in the Manufacturers' Championship, Porsche lead by a point to Nissan in their battle this year. Jaguar cleared to Mahindra, who are a point to Stellantis. Lola do actually have 1 point. Welcome to the Jeddah Corniche circuit for round 3 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship in 2025. The 11th season, and boy oh boy are we in for entertaining action. I'm Joshua Birch, alongside me in the commentary box is Jack Pickering and Jess Ball, and as we get the cameras sorted on that side, because as always it's decided not to work, I will say hello Jack, how are you doing? Are you enjoying this one?
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm really looking forward to this one, and it's a day of innovation. We've got pit boost for the very first time, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing how that's going to play out. And I think the grid sets up rather nicely for a good race ahead of us.
It really is, Jess. Welcome back. If we take a look at the grid now, it's chaos wherever you look. We've got the championship leader starting 13th on the grid, but more importantly, this race is mainly going to be about the first ever pit boost. We've talked about it so much. Are you looking forward to it? It's going to be quite an entertaining day.
It is interesting with the qualifying as well, with it being quite close. It's anyone's game, brand new circuit. No one knows who's going to do well. It's anyone's game, really. Looking forward to it.
Let's head down to the grid then. David Coulthard and Karun Chandler is talking with Taylor Barnard.
Rounds was quite difficult, but obviously to be sat here in P4 for this weekend is a great start.
We've been saying how much the Nissan powertrain seems to be coming on. You know, last year was about Porsche and Jaguar. For yourself and Oliver here, how much do you guys collaborate with the Works Nissan team for this?
Yeah, of course, after every session, before every session, we have a debrief and briefing together to try and push each other forward. For sure, the powertrain is stronger than last year. I can't tell you too much because I wasn't there, but so far this year has been very strong.
All right, listen, wish you good luck for the race.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. Excellent.
David, do you want to try and grab the pole man? Should we? I could see him doing his hair by the the fence.
Love a bit of hairdressing.
The wind has died down actually.
Yeah, no, it's still sort of pointing up, isn't it? I didn't get the hair gel content right this morning.
There he is, Max
Oh
Gunther.
yeah, look at that. Yeah, you get right in behind. There's someone respectfully waiting for a word.
Yeah.
They're respect. We're not sure we're that respectful.
We're not that respectful. We'll just dive in here. Max, how are you doing? Just great lap in qualifying. We saw you talking about it on the E-pad there. What about the race? Is this a race that we just heard Oliver telling us it's going to be flat out? Are you just going to try and get track position and lead from the front, or do you think still you need to be in the train and saving energy?
I mean, for sure, it's still an energy race because it's Formula E, but it's going to be a fast race. I think this is what we're going to see today. Let's see who is going to be behind me. If it's Oli, Pascal, how good our start is, and then we plan the race from there. To be honest, we've got a rough game plan about the main basics around the pit stop as well, about all the changes that are new for this race, and now we just do our own thing.
Yeah, you say a rough game plan. It's a lot more technical than that. You have a game plan. The question is, will it unfold that you can stick to it, or what are you expecting?
I mean, you know it from racing. You always have an idea about the race, but at the end there are always surprises happening along the way, and this is what we will adapt throughout the race. Try to do this better than the others around. It's important to have a good feeling in the car, good grip, good balance. That's what my focus is on. Then, just executing well with the team, and then I think we can have a good race today.
You've got very good mic skills as well. Look at him paddling the mic with you.
Good luck.
That's very good.
Excellent. Pretty chilled, isn't he?
He is very
cool.
I think Pascal Wehrlein has gone off for a wander.
Yeah,
there he is. He's by the
you
wall.
see him, he's there. Let's see him catch his eye. He's kind of hidden
Come
with
on,
his
David.
engineer.
Can't hide from you.
We'll give him a wink and see if he's got a moment. No, we got the shake there. He's very focused on winning this race, so let's keep moving and see if we can find someone else.
I want to find a team person maybe to talk about how they're feeling about the pit stops, you know, because this is the first time in a long time that the team are going to be involved in the race during a pit stop.
Oh, well, why don't we talk to the founder, the man that made all this possible. Now, we've been doing a wonderful little grid walk here, talking to the drivers. A lot of excitement ahead of Pit Boost for the first time. Formula E just keeps delivering new technology.
I think for me, Pit Boost is one of the most exciting things we've come up with since the beginning of Formula E. I think to show that the cars can recharge really fast, can really convince the general public about how much electric cars can be a solution for, for daily life.
I mean, I can't wait to see it because there's suddenly, we were in season 1 where we were jumping between cars and I remember then you saying fast charging is coming, and now it's here.
It wasn't so fast to come with fast charging, but it arrived, very exciting.
Listen, thanks Alejandro.
Lights out, good luck.
I was just going to see, David, I saw Ian James from McLaren was here. Let's some Jaguar. Should we talk to Mitch Evans? He's loitering.
Yeah, let's do that indeed. Yeah, when the lights started to go down, I got a bit nervous. So, Mitch, we can grab a quick word there. Buddy, it's challenging so far, but a race full of opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Look, it's been really challenging for us. All Jags have been struggling a little bit from the first practice. I somehow got up this far. I obviously want to progress further. It's going to be challenging. We've made some changes. But let's see. Obviously, the first Pit Boost race, so it's going to throw up another curveball. But let's see what we got.
How much are you looking at the strategy ahead of the race? You know, is it one where you just got to read what the cars in front of you do in terms of the pit stop, or have you got to kind of pre-plan in terms of, okay, when we get the pit window being open, we're going to come straight in?
You have to find out. But obviously, it's the first time we're doing this. So around attack mode, it's maybe a little bit different. We've got a pre-plan, but we may react to other cars around us. If you want to do the undercut, overcut, offset to other people, let's see what we got. But obviously, it's the first time we're doing it. It's hard to know exactly what the optimal way is. So this race is going to be very fast. So a lot of the overtaking could be around the pit stop.
So you don't think, like in Brazil, where people kept the attack mode for the end, like yourself, it came through, you don't think that might work out? People might need to do it around the pit stop?
Potentially. I think today, yes. Tomorrow could be a bit more energy, demanding. So it could be more like a Sao Paulo race tomorrow. But today's going to be quite fast.
I can tell you're not feeling like you're as confident as you have been at some other races. So I want to give you something. If all else fails, you've still got your looks. Good luck. Thank you. Right. We've got about 50 seconds or so before we get into the anthem, Curran. So anyone else catching your eye? Can I have my glasses on?
Well, I could see these guys around Maserati. JQ is looking pretty deep in conversation with his engineer, so I'm just going to leave him to it. But you can see the engineers, David, just getting the last bit of the bodywork prep. That's important, isn't it? They've got to be able to make sure at the pit stop they can get the car plugged in straight away.
Yeah, that's going to be a key deciding element this afternoon. This pit boost is going to shake this race up. It's all about innovation. What they do on track is very important, of course, but that could be the deciding factor this afternoon.
Absolutely. So here we go. I think everyone's getting ready for the start of the race, and I think the national anthem is about to kick off. So we're going to throw to the national anthem.
Yes, let's listen then to the Saudi Arabian national anthem ahead of the third round of the championship here in Jeddah. Beautiful look around the darkness of the sea as it comes in as well, only illuminate on the track action as well. And
dear guests, please stand for the national anthem of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. ضيوفنا الكرام نرجو منكم التكرم للوقوف للنشيد الوطني السعودي.
wonderful atmosphere here as well as we gear up to the start of the broadcast. Guess what JB's only gone and done? He was recording at 10,000 instead of 1,000, so 20 gigabytes of storage has just evaporated in about 30 seconds. So I'm going to try and fix that as well. Just quickly then, Jack, what are you expecting as we look down at the Zane Maloney's car at the back? It's all getting a bit tense now as to who's going to be on it first. And before we answer, we're going down to Katie.
Ahead of the race?
First pit boost of the season and Formula history, so quite a lot to do. The pre-race briefing has been really, really busy, so a lot can happen. We have a fast car, a bit frustrated, I was really fast until qualifying where I did a small mistake in my last lap, where I've lost about 3/10, so that's my bad, but it's going to be a pretty interesting one today.
Are you nursing a hand injury here?
Yeah, it's nothing too bad. I've twisted it a bit, and but it's okay. It is when you're in the car, you don't think about it, you just want to push.
Best of luck for the race. So there is one man really with a target on his back. He was race winner last time out. His name is Oliver Rowland, and he's about to get in the mix and really challenge that Porsche powertrain. And he caught up with our very own Saunders.
Well, I'm glad that's got fixed. Now we can finally reintroduce our comms team on our new 3-screen that we've got here as well. It's all going, it's all seat of your pants stuff when things go wrong. But yeah, we finally got our new 3-screen fixed as well, with the ability just to merge it onto the centre. So Jack Pickering and Jess Ball alongside me up here in the comms box. Jack, go on then. Pit boost, big race on the grid now. Who's your money on?
Oh, you put me on the spot there. Who's my money on? It's Formula E. I've got no idea. I think the thing is, you can't count out someone like Ollie Rowland. He's starting fourth. He had an amazing race in Mexico last time out. The Porsche powertrains look quick all day. Obviously, Gunter, fantastic getting pole position. I'll tell you what, I think Taylor Barnard's in for a good race as well. He's looked quick in every single session so far, and I'm excited to see what Edo Mortara can do from the back of the grid, because that Mahindra powertrain has looked fairly quick throughout the sessions this weekend so far.
Jess, it's weird not you being alongside me after Mexico. I'm quite used. We got used to that.
It's strange, isn't it?
kind of got used to that as well. As no Ed Hunter either this weekend, by the way. If you're wondering where he is, Ed doesn't do Saudi Arabia. He never has done, and never will do as well. I think he's only ever commentated on one version of Dewey, and that was in an esport race. as well many years ago.
I'm surprised he did that much. To be
I'm surprised he
honest.
did.
Exactly.
Knowing Ed, I'm surprised he did that much.
I know he's listening though in the background because he does keep an eye on the watch long, so that makes more sense.
Yeah, we did hear his ringtone earlier, which is the Saudi Arabian national anthem.
Yeah, we'll replace with Jack Pickering, of course. Jess, so big one coming in. We've had two very different races in terms of Sao Paulo being, well, it was long and explosive and really a debut. Mexico was better than previous years. And now we come into the great unknown, another different race, pit boost coming in, but we're still expecting. What we see here in Formula One is high drama, swinging overtakes. Can we expect the same good racing we get in Formula One here for Formula E at the same track?
Well, it's really hard to tell, really, Josh, because Jeddah is a lot different type of layout compared to what we see in Formula One. And we know in the first year of Formula One, there was quite a bit of chaos, especially as we're seeing what happened side by side. I think it was one of the Nissans as well. If anyone has a moment there, that can throw up some issues. And not only that, the pit boost is making a debut. So they've got two unknowns to contend with, which is going to make things hard for like the newer drivers, the rookies. So I would expect, I think, some of the more experienced drivers, Josh, to be up there near the front, because it doesn't take them a long time to get used to. But there are some similar characteristics to what we see in Diriyah as well. I'm expecting, in my opinion, Pascal Wehrlein to do well in Jeddah Race 1.
I've gone for Nick Cassidy as my picker winner. He starts 9th on the grid, so I'm slightly alarmed about how much I'm going. The light shows continue.
I've only just remembered to put my grid picker winner in the Slack chat.
Yes, if you do, get your Grid Picker Winner on as well. Use the hashtag Picker Winner on Grid Network as well. And also, we want to remind you that you can join us on Monday here on the Formula E Zone channel for the FE Bar. Pico, you're going to be on that, aren't you, as well? Where you do actually have a drink?
Yeah, I'll be back for that one. I'll be Jack's little puppet for that one, so yeah.
Hey.
We're just sort of dangling him above now, telling him to dance, everybody. But yeah, we are loving it. It's a total delight that we get to bring these races to you on FEZ now, as well as JB Motorsports. So it's a bit of a benefit, because it means that we're not just talking to ourselves. We're talking to everybody who's involved and directly loves Formula E. So it makes more sense. And we get two cool logos. I'm loving this screen at the moment that we've got playing with. Right, we're getting all set then. Me, Jack and Jess are going to set up ready for our commentary, and we're going to hand over to the world feed as Nicky Shields talking with David Coulthard and Karun Chandok just about some information that we've seen in the opening races of the year, beginning in Mexico when he went from 4th to win for Ollie Rowland. Let's join them now.
The Oliver Rowland interview there is he's just going to walk past us. I think he looks so cool, so calm, so collected, and had that win there as well. But Wehrlein, he's kind of like a machine, isn't he? He's like, even when we went there to try and have a quick chat with him pre-grid, he's like, no, I don't want anything to distract
You tried to
me.
have a chat with Pascal Wehrlein on the grid?
Yeah.
Are you mad?
Yeah.
Did you come back in one piece?
We don't know the rules, do we? We're friendly people. We
It's always worth a try. And then, of course, you know, we really are now moments away. Where is your head at as a driver going into this, particularly when it's a new circuit? You've got limited experience. We've got new rules in the competition with pit boosts coming in. How do you focus on exactly what you need to concentrate on?
Well, what we've got out of all the drivers today is that it's going to be a fast race. It's not going to be a race where they're saving a lot of energy in that sort of peloton-style race. So I think the mindset is very much about trying to make sure you stay out of trouble on the opening lap and get as far forward, because if you're in this mid-back here, there's a high risk you're going to end up without a front wing, aren't you? So I think that there's a mindset very much about trying to get clear and then get the attack mode early for track position around the pit stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And DC, just quickly, one driver we haven't really spoken about too much is Mitch Evans, the Jaguar TCS. You know, he had a win earlier on in the season. He was fighting for that championship last time. He's had a different season compared to his teammate, who's right down the bottom on 0 points. So is he carrying the pressure to perform against his teammate?
I think it's just not the mindset of a race driver carrying the pressure of his teammate's position or whatever. You focus on every single corner, every lap, and every race as an individual event. Right now, all of this noise and celebration, you know, roller skates and fancy lights, they're not paying attention to that. They'll get in the car, that's a natural environment, they're in their office, time to go racing.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to ignore, though, all of the celebrations and
For
the roller
us, yeah,
skates.
but for
There's
them.
a lot going on. I can barely hear you, but I think we're having a conversation, that's for sure. Going into the first turn, obviously, Gen 3 Evo car, we've got the access to all-wheel drive. It was dramatic at the start of the season. Are we going to see more drama unfold here?
Yes, I think because just as a national pinch point, the first corner goes tightly left, and then we got a tight right-hander, which is more than a 90-degree corner. So there is naturally going to be some sort of chaos at some point. But I think it'll also carry on. Down to turn 4, we saw some incidents, even in free practice. We saw people tripping over each other into turn 4.
Yeah, there were definitely a few pinch points to look out for. Well, we really are in the final moments. Don't go anywhere. Get comfy because the action is coming your way.
It really is, and Nikki Shields is stealing my lines out here as well in the comms box as we've prepped up, ready to go. That is my line as well, Nikki. So let's give you the information for the races. Race 1 here, the energy, 38.5 kilowatts, but you get a plus 3.85 kilowatt pit boost. That we'll explain in a few moments' time. Maximum of 5 added laps for this race only. That could go up to 20 minutes in the safety car. 80% of the race is going to be at 24 laps, so we'll remember that. But this is the pit boost information that we've got. Pit boost window is between 60% battery charge and 40% battery charge, and the minimum pit stop time is 34 seconds. Now that allows 2 seconds to come to a stop in the pit box, 30 seconds to charge the car, and then 2 seconds to get out of the pit box. That's the order of running there. Traction control for when the lights go out will be set at 10%. So that's all you get. So it's 10% to minimise the torque from the battery and the electric energy. In terms of attack mode, 8 minutes in total, as pretty much now is the standard. You can use it twice during the race. You've got 3 different versions of it to use. You can either use it attack mode version 1, 2 minutes and then 6 minutes. Attack mode version 2, 4 minutes aside. And then attack mode version 3 is 6 minutes at the start and 2 minutes at the end. That's how it all works out. We'll be talking to you about pit boost throughout the race as well. It adds 10% of energy to the cars in a 30-second charge, and it's 34-second stationary stop, and the charge is at 600 kilowatts per hour. That's insane amount of energy just getting shoved back into the car. It's mandatory for all drivers. No more, though, than 2 pit crew may work on the car during the pit boost, plus 1 who is basically in charge of the lollipop to go in as well, and it's 1 car per team on entry, so you can't then go and have a double stack, which the teams have tried but can't work, so it's for safety. Jack, there's all the information for the race, and it's looking like we're into the giant unknown, and I'm slightly nervous.
Yeah, no, I'm nervous, but I'm also looking forward to it. So basically, the reason why you can't do the there's only 2 people being able to work on the car during the pit boost, but basically for safety reasons. But it also means if someone wants to serve their pit boost and also change their front wing, they're going to have to extend that pit stop longer than what they wanted, longer than the 34 seconds. And this is something that was rumored because we were wondering whether people might change tires in that to give them slightly better, because they get 3 sets of tires over the course of a double header event, 2 over a single header, but they've done that to prevent that from happening. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how pit boost plays out. Apart from that, it's still going to be your standard Formula E race. Still got attack mode. Still got the crazy. They're still going to have some chaos throughout this race. So yeah, no, looking forward to it.
Jess, as you mentioned with Formula 1 when we came here, it took a couple of years for the circuit to really bed in, and we're on the coast here, so we get a little bit of the salt air as well flying in. It doesn't degrade the tyres too much, but it does make the track a bit more slippery. You have got used to Jeddah in your esporting career as well. It's not the best.
I've got a race out on Sunday.
Oh, that's a coincidence. But it's not the best, is it, in terms of being allowed to relax? It is full on as soon as the lights go out.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of the hardest tracks ever, like in Formula One. So I can't imagine how Formula E are gonna manage it. You've got to be so alert the entire time. You just can't relax. There's so much high-speed corners that the drivers have to negotiate as well. And it's one of the first races of 2025 around this track, and there's no support races. So the only chance that they had to rubber in was all the sessions we had at Formula E so far. So that's going to make things very difficult. Over to you, Josh.
Getting all set then for round 3 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. Just got about 9 minutes until the lights go out as well. Let's quickly have a check-up of the season so far.
Day one, it's been carbon net zero, bringing emission-free racing to iconic city streets around the globe.
The championship has attracted the biggest manufacturers
and the fastest drivers on the planet,
all competing for the ultimate prize, the title of World Champion.
In just 10 seasons, we've already had 9 different champions.
So, how does it all work?
Each race unfolds in a single day, with practice, qualifying, and the race itself happening just a matter of hours apart. There is no shortage of excitement to keep you hooked.
Now, it's time to race.
Lights out and we're racing. The race distance is fixed by a set number of laps.
The first driver to cross the finish line takes maximum points with a bonus point for the fastest lap.
The race start is always epic. The fastest accelerating single-seater race cars on the planet hurtling into turn 1, drama guaranteed.
Best bit for me, it has to be attack mode.
Drivers activate attack mode by moving off the racing line and passing through the activation zone. This unlocks more grip and an extra 50 kilowatts of power, giving the drivers the edge they need to attack or defend.
And in Season 11, we introduce Pit Boost. What is it? Simply put, it's a mandatory, ultra-fast, energy-boosting pit stop, which adds, in just 30 seconds, 10% of energy into the car's battery.
And after 16 wheel-to-wheel races, the driver with the most points will be crowned Formula E World Champion. So there you have it. That is Formula E in a nutshell. Now, earlier today, we sent out our intrepid explorer, David Coulthard, out to a spot in the track where we expect there to be plenty of action. Let's have a look, shall we?
So welcome on track. You join me here at turn 3, which you may look at this and think, well, this isn't really much of a corner. But if we look down to the ABB sign, that's exit of pit lane and technically turn 2. So what's that? 50 meters, 60 meters from where I am in 3. And this is where it gets really interesting, because 3 morphs its way directly into 4. If we can just pick up, you can see the 50-meter marker board that is there, which is really at this point the only reference the drivers have as to exactly where they should start to position the car and brake into turn 4. We can see the telltale signs of lockups when the car's slightly loaded and you start to get that under rotation of the inside tyre. There has been already 2 incidents here on the run into 4. One in the rookie test, and then also we had Nick De Vries and Stoffel van Dorn get really much too close and personal on the way into this corner, which resulted in Nick going straight into the barriers. This is a scene of some different choices of lines. Oliver Rowland had a great start to the season, taking a much shallower line. Some of the other drivers taking what would be a wider entry all the way to turn 4. This is going to be the scene of overtaking, incident or accident. Not long until we find out.
Thank you very much, DC. Really appreciate that. What's interesting is that because this is a purpose-built track, we have a runoff area. Normally, if you're in the middle, you get caught in melees in Formula E. But hopefully, being in the mid-pack, is it not going to be such a disadvantage here?
Yeah, I think also the fact that we've never used pit boost before, that is a massive thing. It's going to be a first in Formula 1 history, Formula E history.
It is indeed. Well, let's find out, shall we? The atmosphere is very much charged. Moments away from the first race here in Jeddah. Let's go to commentary.
Formula E makes a pilgrimage to the Saudi Arabian coast.
I think we're in for a show.
That was so close to disaster. Street racing in the Middle East always delivers. A brand new circuit for 2025. We're under the lights in Jeddah. The first of 6 doubleheader weekends this season.
This is proper racing.
You absolute beauty. Jeddah Move.
The ABB FIA Formula E World Championship returns to the Middle East with fresh challenges and innovations for the first time in the history of the series. Welcome to the Jeddah Corniche circuit in Saudi Arabia for round 3 of season 11. For the first time, we will have pit stops to recharge these cars. But exactly what will this modified 3-kilometre circuit bring us in terms of action? The opening 2 races of the season has provided high drama. Sao Paulo was literally a chaotic crash fest. Mexico delivered us the overtaking masterclass. What will Jeddah bring us? Will it bring us jubilation or jokes to the championship? We hope that it will be the first. Let's have a look then at the circuit as well. It's modified from what we have in Formula 1. It's still 19 turns in total, but in terms of where we usually exit into turn 3 in the Salem section, we take a hairpin back in towards 5, 6 and 7, which on Formula 1's layout is turns 18, 19 and 20. That filters into what is a Spa-Francorchamps sort of chicane area at 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12, and then turn 13 is the final hairpin on the circuit, which has attack mode, where we go in, activate that, and then 2 chicanes before we enter pit lane. And that pit lane is going to be critical here as well. Take a look at how they line up on the grid then. Eduardo Mortara failed to qualify. He starts 22nd, but a 20-place grid penalty for both Lolas put Lucas de Grassi and Zane Maloney at the back, plus penalties to serve in the race. Robin Frine starts 19th. David Beckman is in 18th. Sebastian Boemi lines up 17th on the grid. It's 16th for Andretti and 15th as well. Dennis in 16th, and his teammate Muller lines up alongside him. Stoffel van Dorn has Maserati in 14th, and then the championship leader, Antonio Felix da Costa, in 13th place, way out of position. Norman Nato puts it 12th after a strong performance yesterday in practice. Sam Bird goes into 11th place as well. And then we start in with the top 10. Jean-Eric Verne for DS Penske right at the back of that little running order compared to his teammate. Nick Cassidy as well, just missing out on the duels. He starts in 9th. Dan Tinctum had his lap time deleted, so unfortunately he is starting 8th after being the technically 3rd fastest in the dual format. Then in 7th position goes Jake Hughes. 6th on the grid comes for Nick De Vries in the Mahindra. Strong performance from them this weekend. And then we get another run of different teams in order, because then we get Mitch Evans lining up in 5th. He's alongside Taylor Barnard, who topped the group stages and looked strong in the duels, but then failed before in the semi-finals. Oliver Rowland alongside him as well. Again, a strong looker in qualifying, didn't make it through. Pascal Wehrlein for the first time this year, though. Yes, starting on the front row, but not on pole position. He starts 2nd. Pole went to a very surprising DS Penske of Maximilian Gunther, his first pole since 2023. Alongside me in the commentary box is Jack Pickering and Jess Ball as well. And look at this, 100 races being sponsored by ABB, and this championship hotting up, Jack, as we get ready for 31 historic laps here in Jeddah to completely change what Formula E is all about.
Feels like yesterday when ABB made their debut sponsoring the championship back in Marrakesh, but this race today truly is a milestone in other sense of the word. We got Pit Boost making its debut today. It's going to be super exciting, and the grid is all set up very nicely. I think we're going to have a fantastic race. Championship leader down in 13th. And Max Gunther in 2nd, and the championship leaders on the front row as well. It's going to be fantastic.
They're pulling away from the dummy grid to the main grid, Jess. Then how crucial is turn 1, 2 and 3 here? From your racing experience, it's the same as Formula 1 and in eSport. What are you going to be looking for?
I'm expecting a lot of cars will probably run wide a little bit to try and avoid the chaos heading in towards turn 1 and 2 as well. We could see people on the left-hand side getting a better run as well. It's just going to be all hell break loose at the start to see what's going to happen with 31 laps. If you're at the back, maybe it might be best for you to try and avoid it at all costs, but we could see quite people in the mid-pack trying to gain as much position as they can. Anything can happen at Jeddah. No one knows. Let's see what happens.
Green flag at the back. Race control just waiting for the smoke to disappear. And now we get the confirmation of the start procedure. History is unbound. Recharge is about to become possible. All 5 lights are on. Lights out, it's racing in Jeddah. It's a great start from Gunther. He cuts across Verline down towards turn number 1 into the braking zone. Taylor Barnard's dropped back a couple of positions as well. Bats down from Roland. Contact. Sam Bird going round. And is he going to get collected by anybody? No, the Lolas miss him. Bird goes right to the back as we come into turn 3. Into the hairpin at 4 now. And it's a little bit bumping and balling. Roland's used the better traction of the Nissan. He gets back up. Barnard's going to the inside. Contact. Verline getting tagged by Evans, and Verline gets sent off, and then it's all sort of drama coming through turn 8. Cassidy and Vern in trouble, and Muller's off. Muller's off. There's something happened in turn 8. We need to see what that was all about. Into the chicane we go. Contact. Car up in the air. Huge accident. Huge accident. Car up in the air, and it is Nico Muller who's going to come to a stop. He went over the back of somebody. I couldn't quite tell. Zay Maloney's dropped back, and there's damage there as well from one of the Jaguars. Evans. Oh my goodness me, Jack.
What a start! We knew we were expecting chaos here in Jeddah, but not quite like that. Evans is going to have to pit at the end of this lap for the damage, and it's looking like that Verline's slowing as well. He was involved in an accident with Evans. Does he have a puncture? Will Verline have to come into the pits? He does. So that's the reigning champion into the pits. But Muller was basically airborne down at the bus stop chicane.
Yep, so into the pits also come the 2 Lola Yamahas. We've gone back to green flag running. Nico Muller is still stopped on the circuit. Where is he? He's now trailing in 17 and 18. Evans is still staying out there, Jess. Craziness at the start. Sam Bird, well, he's down into 18th place as well. Terrible for him. All happening at the get-go. And that is a change of rear tyre. Verline with a puncture then.
All hell is breaking loose, Josh, isn't it? It is absolutely insane. And let's look at the replay of what happened with Mitch Evans. Turn 1 is always hell when it comes to Jeddah and any forms of racing. And you can see, I think
that might be Dennis.
Just stationed.
Dennis, I think, might have spun around Sam Bird at turn 1.
And
Evans just outbraked himself and went into the back of Verline and gave him a puncture.
So that's why they were slowing down there as well. But I tell you what, there's a massive gaggle of... Oh, there's secondary contact as well. He hit the 21.
Oh, okay.
He hit the back
so
of
that
the 21.
was the freeze.
Yeah. So he
that was into the back of the freeze, and I think that might be why Muller went up into the air there.
Yeah.
You can see him in the pits. Both the Lolas pitted at the end of lap 1. That was just to serve their penalty. There was nothing wrong with them. They're back out on circuit. But Muller, it's looking like that's the end of the day for him.
So we've got another yellow flag out there on the circuit. Unless our timing towers might have crashed. I think they have done. They might reset themselves shortly. The amount of information that they've come through, it's basically needed a bit of a break. We'll reset them for you to give you the lead. Gunther leads. Roland, Barnard, De Vries, Hughes, Evans. And let's take a look at Muller then, Jack.
Well, we'll see it in the background here. But yeah, it's interesting that Evans is staying out. But yeah, Muller, it looked like he went over the side of
13.
Over the side of who's
that
in front? That'll be Da Costa. That's Da Costa. He went over the back of the championship leader.
Porsche, this is unbelievable. They're having a nightmare out here right now.
Well, that's my pick a winner gone.
Porsche having a nightmare. We'll try to get our timings back on screen as they've had a bit of a glitch.
As always.
As always, yeah. Unbelievable start, though, to this race and this championship battle. Just what we like to see, though, here. As you
Evans and Verline under investigation.
So we've got the 2 dots. That's why the timing screen's frozen. The 2 dots coming through.
It's interesting. Well, it's... Mitch Evans has stayed out despite having that front wing damage. He's hoping that wing will fly off at some point soon. So because he knows that if he pits too early, that is his race done. It'll be interesting to see whether later on, if they change that front wing, once we get to 60% power and less, when pit boost can be used.
And our timings are back. They've reset themselves because we've got these 2 new dots. That tells us exactly how much. Gunther's pushing like crazy. 1.9 seconds he's got. There's an oil flag down there. Turned out somebody's hit something with carbon fibre, I can hear. As there's still debris on the track. Tictum's past Evans. Right, now we've got our timings back. Let's go through the entire order. It's Gunther, by 2 seconds to Roland, Barnard, De Vries, Hughes, Verne, Evans, Tinctum, Cassidy. DaCosta has the top 10. Nato, Dennis, Mortara, Van Dorn, Beckman, Boemi, Frines, Bird, Verline, Degrassi in there too. Maloney and Muller is out of the race further back as well. He has officially retired from this event. Lap 4, about to come lap 5, and De Vries right on the back of Barnard for the podium spot. And Cassidy past Evans, the two Jaguars trading places already. Oh, what a start.
Who had this for... Sorry, who
John.
had this for 3 versus 4? Barnard versus De Vries.
Didn't get this,
Go ahead,
Jess.
Jess.
Speaking of NATO, he's under investigation for a technical infraction. NATO under investigation for a technical infraction.
We saw this in Sao Paulo, that the Nissans were under investigation for the start procedure. I'm wondering if it's because it's so early on, that could be the same thing happening again.
Let's hear from radio from Barnard.
Doing a good job. Let's try and stay with Roland. Confirm laps on dash when you're able.
So they just want to make sure that everything's okay as DaCosta and Evans still... Oh, DaCosta split the two Jags. So that's critical for DaCosta. He needs to get on the push. So I'm trying to see if the new 2 dots are available on the other system so that we can bring that to you as well. Go on.
All right, I just want to point out there is a huge gap between Verne and Hughes. It's looking like that could be like upwards of about 5 seconds gap. We're seeing the onboard of DaCosta's car now, and the rear wing or the flap is just flapping around properly at the back. Excuse the pun. Yeah, and it's just shaking itself free. It's just shaking itself free at turn 13, and so he will just continue without his right-hand side of the wing.
The good news is that during the pit stop as well, they can rip off the other side of the car if that's damaged as well. Although it does look like the rear end plate on the right-hand side is at least somewhat catching on. Mitch Evans is into the pit lane. Now, this is not going to be for the pit boost. This is to repair the damage.
No, far too early.
Yeah, because that front wing needs... Otherwise, look what it's done already, Jack.
Oh, look at that.
It's completely nearly disintegrated the inside.
It wouldn't surprise me if that's punctured it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to change the front wing, and it's too early to use it.
They can't take it off.
So this is Verline's basically out of the fight. Evans is basically out of the fight.
Unless it's a safety car.
It could be Roland's lucky day. He's second, and he's closed right up to Max Gunter. That 1.9 second lead has basically evaporated itself.
Yes, and they still can't get that front wing off of Mitch Evans. They are struggling to get on.
He might go a lap down here.
He is
going to see DaCosta's wing is still in the middle of the circuit, but the leaders are coming into the 2 chicanes here, and Mitch Evans is about to go a lap down.
And he is, as he's left the pit lane, Evans now gets out of the pit lane, but goes a lap down to the field. Well, this is critical. Yeah, there we go, 25 to go, and now they have left the pit lane. And there's the leaders. Gunther, Roland, Barnard, so he's a lap down, but he's going to come out right behind Jake Hughes. And he's having to get out of the way. Is that car okay? That's what I'm wondering, because that tyre's got a massive cut right through it. And these Hancocks were having trouble with it.
I'm surprised they didn't change the tyre there as well.
Have they got tyres left? That's the question.
Well, so each team has a joker tyre that they can use. I think it's one per. I'm not sure if it's one per car or one per team. They can use it throughout the year. And I know Andretti had to use one in Mexico City.
Really early on in the year.
So they do have one joker. If they want to use that tomorrow, they can, but that is them done for the rest of the year.
Safety car deployed.
Safety car. Now, why is that? Is this for the debris on the circuit? Does race control feel like it's too much? But what a godsend for Mitch Evans. He will get his lap back. So, safety car.
Verline will go to the back. Hang on, here's Gunther.
What do you want me to do? Just keep doing what you're doing now. Keep doing what you're doing. That's good.
Now, why have they deployed the safety car and not deployed the full course yellow to get this debris up?
So.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, that's the winner.
I'm not. So Verline will be able to join the back, but will Evans be allowed to unlap himself? Because we don't know if that's a rule in Formula E, because it's very rare that people go a lap down. But this is now something that can. Yeah. All right. Cheers, Jess.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes. Look. That is Degrassi Maloney.
No. That is Verline, Degrassi, and Maloney. Evans is still stuck behind Jake Hughes and in between Hughes and Vern.
If we take a look at the gap to the leader screen, which doesn't actually work and does the interval now that they've broken, it's saying on my time screen, Verline, Degrassi, and Maloney are all on lap 6 as well as Evans. So are they a lap down? And the safety cars just let them through?
No.
No.
So they were just in front of the leaders. So they came out just in front of them, whereas Evans came out just behind them. So the safety car has picked up the right thing, but we've got Mitch Evans on our screen, and he is stuck in technically 6th place, but he's 21st lap down.
Safety car is due to the amount of debris on the circuit, and Evans has got a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision.
It was his fault between him and Sam Bird or Verline?
1%.
Verline.
So yeah, if we can drop the lead, that would be good.
It was Dennis who hit Bird at the start of the race, not that we could see a bigger angle. Safety car is in this lap, so we haven't spent 3 minutes behind it. So, brand new safety car this weekend as well.
I'm Googling, and I can't find anything to say if lapped cars can get their laps back.
Well, it must not be a thing, because they haven't released it.
If the safety car's coming in, then Mitch is a lap down. He's got a 5-second penalty. He can serve the 5-second penalty during the pit boost thing.
So
car's coming in.
This is the problem now, because the restart zone is after the chicane. So the safety car's in now, but there's still 2 corners to go because of the way the pit lane is here for Formula 1. So the line's there, but it's up to exactly when Gunther wants to hit it, and Roland's right there too, and he's done it perfectly. That was so London. That was so the season 1 when we restarted coming out of the back stretch in the pit lane over the bump. That was perfect. Great restart from Gunther. He leads from Roland, Barnard, De Vries, and uses lockups further back there as well as Cassidy trying to have a go onto Costa as well. And no one has taken yet their attack modes. Use AM on outlap to undercut as well. So I presume that's attack mode on outlap to undercut. That's from the new virtual race engineer in the strategy department as well. And this race slowly getting up into speed with itself as we have our restart. Lap 9 of 31 then here in Jeddah.
Coming into the bus stop chicane here, everyone's kept it fairly clean on this restarted lap, and yeah, it's Gunther. Gunther had a fantastic restart there, but Evans is still in the middle of the fight. I'm not sure whether he's gonna get himself out of the way, or has he already done that? Has he made himself go to the back of the field? I can't see.
He hasn't let himself go yet. Let's have a look. So if we stay with this angle. De Vries passing Hughes.
Yes, he has. He is at the back of the field. So he's been lapped by the entire field now. So we have got the entire field bunched together.
It goes from bad to worse. Yeah, there he is. Evans right at the back, and he's coming into the pit lane. I think he was very much across that line. So unless he's coming in for that tyre replacement, Jaguar bad to worse here in the opening race in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. Lap 10.
No one's taken that opportunity that the virtual race engineer to say get the attack mode is De Vries. Just a little nudge with Taylor Barnard there.
Little kiss. Barnard nearly went round. And DaCosta and Tictum closing in together now as well. And DaCosta's past Tictum. He's going for it. Further back. Come on, there he is up the inside. He lined that one with perfection into the chicane. Tictum's not one to let go, and I think he did make the move. Yes, DaCosta now up to 7th, Tictum into 8th, Casti now stuck in 9th.
We got De Vries challenging Taylor Barnard for the podium positions. Both have experience around this track. Let's see what he could do around the outside, or down the inside, in towards Barnard, a few corners. And Nick De Vries is through up to 3rd in the podium.
And
Barnard's all over the shop.
Oh, contact!
That's Hughes. Hughes is into the back of his replacement and has made it work.
A issue as well. Grana got caught out.
Yeah.
And here comes NATO for the move.
I think Hughes just got the corner wrong, and we're on board with the camera now. That doesn't work. Right, let's have a look. Oil flag out the last corner as well for slippery surface. What happened there was a Constantino effect, and now we've got Cassidy having to go defensive with NATO coming through, and Dennis trying to go around the outside of both of them into turn one.
Please let me know if anybody's in attack. How far back?
That's Roland.
Oh.
Negative. No one in attack.
Yeah, no one in attack right now. They're just using the energy while they've got it. It's a really strange situation. I want to take a look at that replay. NATO's been given a drive-through penalty for technical infraction.
Ah, so it must have been an issue we had at the start.
Yeah, it's the same penalty as what was given in Saudi Arabia, so it could be the same thing that's flagged up that's reared its head again this weekend.
So that launch control with four-wheel drive. Right, we're getting to the point where we're going to have pit boosters.
Roland's got the lead!
Now, what's happened there? Roland's gone right round the outside, and Gunther's been told to back off.
He's struggling to follow me in fast corners. Copy, good news.
So Gunther's backed off to save some energy. He doesn't want to be the hare. He'd rather be the tortoise. He's let Roland go out ahead, and Roland, for the first time, takes the lead on lap 11.
Very smart from Gunther there. He doesn't want to use too much before the pit boost happened as well, because you don't want to run out. If you run out, you get a penalty. And we are seeing Roland and Gunther being the start of the show, it seems, with the ones that have been in F2 and have raced it before doing quite well, of course, as we've got pitters.
And
that's NATO.
That's for that penalty. Muller and DaCosta are under investigation for causing a collision as well. So there's still a couple of more things coming in.
Wow. More incidents. Unsurprising for Jeddah.
It's counterproductive. I've never seen them go wait this long until they're going to start taking attack modes. Are they going to literally wait until after the pit lane boost?
It wouldn't surprise me. Originally there was rumours that it was going to be two. Okay. Well, so sorry, we're looking at replay. Hughes went into Barnard, who went into De Vries. That knocked off De Vries' alignment, and so that. Sorry, that caught De Vries off guard.
Did De Vries stay in position?
Barnard also was taken off guard, and then Hughesy went through. Dennis has just taken his first attack there.
Drawn it fair enough to 6.
And De Vries is still battling with Hughes as they come through. And now Roland's having to go defensive because Gunther is still in that slipstream track. So it's still possible. So instead of it being blue, it's now got... Oh, there you go. You can now tell who's in attack mode because it goes blue on the pit lane indicator. Oh, no, on our timing monitors, for some reason, it's still blue, not pink. So on if you're watching us
weird.
If you're watching us on Formula E Zone and JB Motorsports, you can see Jay Dennis is in attack mode because it's got the blue square.
But if you're watching the world feed
It's
with
pink.
us, it'll be pink. Very confusing.
Yeah, that needs to be updated.
Someone going very slowly, or was it just me?
No, someone was slow there, wasn't there, through the exit? Tictum's dropped down behind Dennis.
I will be honest. I feel it's kind of disappointing that Gunther's still decided to give up to try and get some extra power to just and to save more just sitting in the slipstream, because we saw this a lot last season. And we were thinking with the new rules of attack mode, with pit boosts happening, that there might be some changes coming. But alas, people are still wanting to give up the lead, which isn't really what we want to see in racing.
Pit boost is open for the first time in Formula E history. The ability to recharge is going to be undertaken as we see Dennis getting ahead of DaCosta. He's on his attack mode. He's got the 4 minutes each side. So Dennis going for a conservative approach, gets ahead of the championship leader DaCosta. So
there's something dangling off DaCosta's front wing. If you just look to the right of the nose cone, there's something that's flapping about there.
And it's broken. Is it me or is it broken? Look. The front left, the right end plate's broken. Look, it's damaged. He's had secondary contact with somebody else. So DaCosta's literally driving a damaged Porsche from front and back.
Is the blue meaning they're about to do a pit boost there?
Blue means that they are eligible. The blue thing on the left-hand side means that they are now eligible for pit boost.
So that is the top 9.
They
Top
can
10.
come in.
Roland
to attack.
And that Pomo, and he comes out right behind De Vries, and nearly gets swiped out. Immediately cuts back to the inside line at the 14-15 chicane and takes it back. So De Vries got completely wiped out there as Gunther retakes the lead on lap 14.
Here we go. Pit stops are happening.
First time in 7 years. Right, this is going to be brand new. To update you on what this means, it is a 10% additional energy pit stop. The cars will be stationary for 30 seconds while the cars are recharged at 600 kilowatts per hour. It gives you an additional 3.85 kilowatts of energy throughout the race as well. No more than 2 mechanics can work on the car at one time, and only 1 car per team can be in that pit box throughout the race. You're not allowed to double stack. It's not designed for that. So, Hughes, Barnard and Da Costa are recharging their car. Formula E history is made. After 7 years, pit stops are back and exactly how they were meant to be maintained.
You can see how much battery that they're recharging as Hughes is coming out. I think Da Costa's almost charged as well very soon.
Yeah.
Go on, Jack.
So basically each little, so you see 5 little segments. That's 2% each, and so once it's all filled up, they can pull it out and off they go. And Hughes, Barnard, and Da Costa are back out into the race.
So, and you can see on our world feed that if it's not blue, it means that they've done their stop.
Yeah.
Or they,
so the graphic is blue with a little squiggle. If it's white, they haven't done it. If it's green, they have. In comes. Oh, that was very late on the brakes from Eduardo Mortara. Dan Ticktum's in as well.
Attack mode, though, quickly for Roland, who's now taken the lead. Gunther went for it, but missed it. So Gunther missed his attack mode. Jev's taken it. Van Dorn, Cassidy, Buemi, Friends and Bird. Ticktum and Mortara are recharging their energy with the pit boost now. So this is really changing the complexion of the race. Who was that?
Everything's happening at once, Josh.
I'm glad I've got
so much.
There we go. What a
and
fantastic
then we did with
race.
tomorrow, there'll be no pit boost.
Yeah, tomorrow it'll be different. It'll be a flat-out race for them. So we sort of get 2 between it. Hughes takes 4 minutes. Hughes takes 4 minutes. So does Barnard and Da Costa. It looks like they're all staying with that 4 aside pieces. Roland jumps across the curb in the second exit. Nearly goes through, jumping with 1 wheel up. Good stop there as well for Mortara. Ticktum's going to get released as well. Roland picks up some debris. Who's going to come in now? Is Gunther going to go for attack mode? No, he's not. So he just lost down the lead.
So what I think's happening is that people have decided to either go for attack now or go for pit boost now.
Yeah.
And so I don't think Roland's going to come in this lap. Neither will Jev. Won't come in for the next 2 laps. Van Dorn, Cassidy, Buemi, Friends, Bird, they may come in a bit. Beckman's only just activated his attack mode, so he might be one of the last people to pit.
Into the pit lane now comes Gunther and De Vries. So this was the leading battle. NATO's also done a pit stop, but he has rejoined now a lap down, as well as Evans. And Ticktum was so long in that pit lane, the Cooper must have had a problem. He has now lost a lap as well. So Ticktum's now fallen a lap behind all this. Gunther and De Vries are taking their recharge energy as well. And you can see who's losing out on attack mode when it goes to red, and who's in the last 30 seconds of the attack mode when it flashes red on your timing screens if you're watching along with us on the YouTube channel. So pit boost at the moment. It looks like Formula E's pit graphic 4-screen box isn't working today because they're trying, but it's not working correctly. There's the green light, and away goes Gunther. Oh, right into the path of De Vries.
De Vries just gets out in front.
So that's a change of position.
Gunther.
Now, in the pre-season test we
De Vries
saw...
is now net second, but no, Hughes has jumped both of them. Hughes jumped both of them. Barnard contact.
Big push on exit because they knew they're coming out in racing conditions as well. Barnard on the inside line, contact. Oh
my goodness.
How did Barnard avoid that? He literally had nowhere to go and he still got it. Vern takes the lead of the race.
De Vries had to turn out. De Vries turned out the corner.
Wow.
This is bringing sensational drama.
So Roland pits now from the lead of the race, and there's more drama in the chicane. That's on the inside. That's Gunther getting back ahead of... That's Da Costa in for positions. That's 16 and 17. And there's a puncher.
Contact.
Puncher. Something's going wrong there. Who's smoking? Is it Da Costa?
Is that Hughes?
That is Da Costa. Da Costa smoking. That's...
The front wing's broken.
Oh, rotten lap for the cost. We've got more pitters. The leaders are pit. Roland, Dennis, Cassidy, Bird and Bremy.
So it's broken.
2-1. Roland is allowed to be released.
And he went straight away. Dennis, Cassidy, Boemi, Bird, all now taking their recharge pit boost as well. Evans has
Let's
served
see
his
who
penalty.
comes out in front. Is it Hughes? Is it Roland?
Well, there's somebody, we can't tell on the monitor.
Roland.
Who's coming out
Roland comes out front.
Quite comfortably.
Roland ahead of... Yes, so there we go. Hang on a minute. Dennis has dropped behind the leader, so where's he come out? Dennis, Cassidy, Boemi, Bird and Boemi
It's a
top back.
net
Roland's
sixth.
eighth. Roland's
Net
eighth.
sixth.
Yeah. So net sixth place. So that promotes Verline. Yes, Roland leads the race from Hughes, Barnard, DaCosta, De Vries, Gunther. It's quite hard to tell on our timing screen who's in green and who's in white in terms of who hasn't stopped. Vern pits. That promotes David Beckman to the lead of the race. He's led lap 18.
God.
Wow. And now we've got more drama as Verline is under pressure. I'm going to correct my words. That's Hughes attacking Barnard.
Do I save energy here or do I go for it? Take any opportunities.
Well, the entire point of pit boost is we don't need to save energy. You can go for it. Learn the rules. Vern gets released. Now, 4 seconds for Frines. Van Dorn's already been released. He comes out. Still in position. They shouldn't have changed too much. Faster cars coming through. There they all go. Beckman leads. So Verline's the top three yet to pit still. So that's Beckman, Verline and Maloney yet to stop. Hughes now comes out. And where is this going to be in position? Well, I think Vern slotted in ahead of DaCosta.
DaCosta. So
Wow.
that is a net fourth for John-Eric Vern.
This is insane stuff right now. And this is what we saw in pre-season testing. DaCosta took a late gamble on the pit boost, and it worked out brilliantly for him.
Beckman in.
And there's more drama coming round there as we get... That was...
We're not seeing it. What the hell?
That was Barnard making a move on Hughes. Did he get the move stick? No, he didn't. He's backed out of it.
No.
Beckman in, so Verline should surely come in because they're all losing energy.
Stop. I'm not sure I can hold the position and hit target.
And it's 3, 4, 5 wide coming into the braking zone. Hughes can't save energy. And now we're seeing it as well further back. As we get DaCosta versus De Vries. Gunther takes a 4-minute attack mode. Beckman comes out and is... Hang on a minute. That's Degrassi coming
That's
back.
Verline and Maloney. Everyone's done their pit boost after this, so should be a little bit easier to follow.
Right, Roland leads. Hughes second. Roland has the lead back onto lap 20.
Keep up at times, isn't it, Josh? I mean, like, some people are using their tap modes now to freeze it, so that should give him more power on the straights. And I won't be surprised if he tries to get past one of them. That's our timing's have a bit of a pally, not, you know. But De Vries, I think, has got a brilliant chance in trying to get past Taylor Barnard because he has more power and Taylor Barnard does not. So De Vries, if I was him, try and go for it. And I wonder if Barnard's team has been told Barnard himself to actually push because of the pit boost.
And look at them, well, they're all slowing now, coming into the braking zone. This is where we start to see a bit more peloton racing as everybody tries to keep through and get up to it. But Roland, he's 5 seconds up the front of the field. Hughes is backing everybody up right now. And round the outside, there comes De Vries on attack mode. He gets out of Barnard. That's net third. And now he's going after Hughes as well. And what the shambles going on?
That was close between DaCosta.
Contact! That's DaCosta and Gunther. And whoa, Hughes nearly getting wiped out. De Vries nearly went skyward.
De Vries up to second? Or is that the... Yeah, De Vries up to second.
And De Vries has this attack mode still and pit boost. Man on a mission now as it all explodes further back. There's Gunther under attack from DaCosta. Dennis Van Dorn and Cassidy complete the top 10. Gunther is now 4.3 seconds ahead. And Boemi's in ninth.
Where did De Vries last win a race?
Boemi up the inside there. Van Dorn getting into 9th position on our timing screen.
The extra power
Season
and
8.
the four-wheel drive gives you that massive advantage.
You can defend, but don't... It's going to be easy.
Oh, and Barnard round the outside. Barnard, That's going to be a monster accident if they're not careful. Barnard was
That was a bit risky there. That was getting so close. So they had to back off there.
Joe saying, does all pit stops have to be the same time? Yes, it's part of the regulations that no one gets an advantage or disadvantage. Barnard trying to go around the outside. They're going to drag each other along. Meantime, we've got Vern and Gunther. Gunther goes through on Vern, so Gunther takes 5th. Barnard just sitting alone in 4th position. We've all still got one attack mode left. Verline in 18th, hasn't even taken it yet. He's still got 2 of the attack modes, and he has made the pit boost to come through. Gunther gets ahead of Barnard for 4th position as well.
You don't want to take your attack modes too late. We learned that in Mexico City.
So
Verline will be wanting to take at some point in the next couple laps or so.
Gunther swings round to the outside. Barnard tries the over-under. Hasn't worked out. Has to lift off. Verline and Maloney battling together as well on their attack mode.
Gunther's in attack. Gunther's in attack, so he will breeze past Hughesy here. Probably coming into turns 5 or 6 here. If not, it'll be into turn 8, and it will be into turn 8. They come through 5 and 6 now. But yeah, Roland is 3.8 off in the distance.
Oh, look at it, Gunther! Gunther's to second! Gunther's to second due to his attack mode!
Hughes
or
was...
Bird, sorry, not Bird.
Don't worry, it's all good.
If we can keep up, I can't even keep up with this at the moment.
Yeah. Mortara is the next one down in attack mode. He is down in 9th at the moment. When we've taken both of his and is only 10th, which is a bit worrying.
And a minute ago, he got ahead of Van Dorn, so that's Mortara's effect on the attack mode, that he's risen. Mortara dropped down to 30. Look, he's past Dennis already. And Bird now takes 4 minutes of attack mode as well.
You could tell on the world feed who's got attack mode left. If they got no pink little dot available, that means they use all their attack modes. So Bremy is used all his attack mode. Bird's using his last attack mode. Tictum's still got 2 lots of attack mode to use. Everyone else has got 1.
And Mortara is trying to go around the outside as well. DaCosta broke that tow line a little bit. Cassidy's under attack with Bird, who's got 3.5 minutes left as well as they come into turns 1, 2 and 3. So Tictum takes 4 minutes as well. The race starting to act like it should have been at the beginning. So pit boost sort of doing it as DaCosta defends hard. Mortara slings it up the inside and turn
6? What a move from Edo Mortara!
That was move of the season, yeah. Fantastic. Sideways and one of the fastest parts of the entire track. Sean says, by the way, that De Vries's last win was, of course, Season 8 in Berlin. His last podium was in Race 2 at London.
Move again.
That's Barnard trying to go
And
on the outside.
Mortara to 6, but he is now out of attack mode.
Take a breath, see what's going to happen next. It's all kicking off.
Breathe.
Bird in 12th is the highest person in attack mode now, so he's one to watch. Can he get up into the points? His teammate's doing a mega job up in 5th right now. Taylor Barnard's had an absolutely stonking weekend.
Look at that, Roland looks like he's cruising out there. He's dropped now, the gap's still 3.6 seconds though as he comes into turn 1. And now De Vries and Gunther starting to leave behind Hughes. Hughes energy saving again as a move further back. I couldn't quite tell who that was on the monitor. I think it was DaCosta and Vern having a battle together.
Come on, let's try and make a move on Jake.
That's Barnard being told, make a move on Hughes.
Interestingly, that NATO in the back in P20 has still got 6 minutes of attack mode to use.
So he's gone for the 2, then 6 effort. So he's still only got 1 to go, but he's gone for the bigger option for his last stint.
Third pass Van Dorn.
Yes, so that's for 11th position. As Barnard takes the long way round to 13. Hughes radio.
There's Barnard, he's followed him.
07 Delta something or other, so he's not happy. Maserati really shocked me with energy consumption today. They had a golden opportunity and it's just slipping through their fingers. Now Barnard's really on the attack and quite frankly on the push.
Coming into the final chicane, it's just there isn't enough straight for Taylor Barnard to try and get through.
Here he comes.
We've seen some overtakes down into trying to make an overtake down into turn 8 on multiple occasions.
Oh, he's got him!
But he's done it into 1.
Okay, confuse me how he's done that.
Yeah, because I saw on the timing monitors he went for a move, and I was like, where?
We were watching Bird and Boemi, and then cut to Barnard's passing Hughes. So, not the greatest, but he's done it. Barnard up to 4th.
Look at Da Costa. Da Costa is gaining a lot of time on this. He just set the fastest lap of the race. He is in 8th. He's gaining back.
Okay, I mean, I've got a lot more pace than him. Should I sit behind for 1 or 2 laps, soak energy, and then we go?
Yeah.
Oh, push! Push!
It's getting tense. Who's going into attack mode?
So that is both De Vries and Gunter. De Vries and Gunter have just gone into attack mode. Bird is out now. Mortara's also
and
taken
Dennis.
attack, as has Dennis.
Degrassi and Maloney also are now on 6 minutes, so is NATO, so they've taken their final runs now. Of course, you can't use attack mode if you're inside 10% of energy, so just remember that. We haven't. There we go. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you're below 10%, you can't use attack mode.
Why?
Is it you can't take it, or you cannot use it whatsoever?
You cannot use it whatsoever. You can't take it, you can't use it. So you have to have both gone, but we're inside 10%.
Okay, so you can't take it on like 11% and then just run.
Oh
it
yeah,
down.
you can do that. You can do that. It's the full.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant.
You can't activate attack mode when you're under 10%.
Yeah, no, you just can't activate. Okay, okay.
Oh, good for De Vries. Are going to be really
Gunter round the outside into 8.
Wow.
Yes, that's more like it.
Posted to back up to 2nd place.
I say that to Gunther to not stay put. I said to Gunther to push, and guess what? He is pushing. Yes.
Gap is... Oh, and there's Roland taking his attack mode, the last one. He's got 4 minutes.
And he still leads.
Yeah, actually, he's lost 2 seconds.
So far.
Just keep me updated on the gap.
Well, the gap was 4 seconds. You lost 2 seconds taking that attack mode, but you are doing fine. Van Dorn and Cassidy take their last one too. This was Gunther's move on the outside, down into turn 8, 9 and 10. It was a super move as well.
Ooh. He cut across De Vries quite quickly once he'd made that move. But yeah.
It's a great moves in that part of the circuit, which is quite surprising.
That was beautifully done. What a great race.
That curb as well.
Yeah.
They attacked that curb really nicely as well.
Yeah, the older fake bus stop chicane, whatever we're calling it this weekend. But yeah, we have seen some great moves coming into there. But even then, I think we still need to applaud Nick De Vries, who is up to 3rd place and has been solidly there since the early stages of this race.
And since qualifying as well, he's been up there.
Yeah, and so to get a podium, that's going to be a huge boost for the Banbury-based team.
If you want to know who's on attack mode, it'd be easy to tell you who isn't in attack mode. The timing screen flying up with blues.
I think we just saw, I'm just trying to see, we just saw, I think, everyone who's either used it or they're on their final bit of attack mode. I think
Da Costa's just
taken it.
Yeah.
He had to, because otherwise he would have been disqualified because he'll be under 10%.
Yeah, we saw that rule come into effect a couple of years ago. Santiago, number of drivers got in trouble for not using attack mode, and the penalties post-race was unbelievable.
Gunter's just set the fastest lap, and he's now only just over a second behind him. He's closing. He's properly closing. 3 laps to go. We might have a race on our hands.
Yeah, but I'd just like to point out that Gunter's got 44 seconds left of attack mode. Roland's got 2 more minutes.
Radio.
Roland struggling with minimum speed.
Okay, big on the overconsumptions.
You don't want to lose the back there.
Yeah,
Gunter was losing the rear coming into turn 6. That's a very high-speed crash waiting to happen. I think we saw Mick Schumacher have a crash there in the 21 race, if my mind serves me correctly.
Yeah, crash there. It's a guaranteed red flag because that tech pro barrier always needs replacing.
Yeah. 9/10 the gap now. 9/10.
Gunter is out of
Gunter
attack.
in 5 seconds will be out of attack mode, so he is done. So let's see what.
De Vries.
Yeah, let's see what Ollie Rowland can push on this lap and bring that gap up to, or is he just happy sitting there, just a second in front?
Rowland and John Van pit lane infringement noted.
Now,
oh dear.
Did they?
So,
yeah, no added laps, by the way. So have they gone longer or shorter than the 34 seconds that you need to do?
Thanks to SHT for putting that out in the chat.
Yeah.
Race extended by 0 laps. Thank you, Race Control, for telling us something that we knew 10 seconds ago.
Gunther properly kicking out of the rear, coming out the hairpin there.
Go.
Here he is on the radio.
Okay, Max, you're the best on energy, best on energy. Keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what you're doing. Best on energy. And he's catching up Roland as well. Well, I thought Roland
The
had
gap
too much to
hasn't
play.
opened up.
No.
Can we see the energy percentages, Hope? I'll like to, at this point, see the energy percentages, because I'm just a bit worried that Roland was pushing too much, and we saw that in Misano, where one of the races last season, where he pushed too much and he ran out of energy, and he dropped loads of positions. Oh my goodness! Barnard's through to third!
Running outside!
2 podiums in 3 races. Not bad for a rookie.
The 18-year-old is throwing
It's
around.
not over. It's not over though. De Vries is still not giving up without a fight.
Gunther is now 6/10 inside of Roland, so this race is going to go down to a showdown here in Jeddah. And look at that, Roland's having to go defensive now. He knows he's having to save energy. Gunther doesn't need to. Gunther might just go and take the lead here. Meantime, Eduardo Mortara has moved up 3 places. Ahead of Da Costa.
And we didn't see the move.
Yeah, ahead of Da Costa and ahead of Verne.
It's good for trying to get around the outside, but didn't quite make it work. He's full stay put. I think he has another lap to do so.
Gunther is all over Ollie Rowland, but
He's
Ollie
going out.
Rowland is under investigation. We do not want a victory decided in
It's
the
now.
stewards room.
Round the
Let's go.
outside.
Gunther round the outside. Can he? He won't be able to do it there.
Surely not.
No, that's it.
No, he's staying
No.
put again.
100%. That is a get ready for a last lap maneuver. He's letting him know where he's going to go, but Roland's got no drive, no energy. This is unusual for Nissan, who looks so strong in practice. It's DS who's looking for it. Gunther looks to the outside line. He's late on the brakes into turn 13. It's going to be one more lap to try and do it, but black and white.
Barnard's catching up because
This is going to be a really close one. Barnard might just get this one if these two come together. Dennis has been given a black and white flag. Dennis is off. Dennis is he taking a tag mode? No, Dennis is down to 15th.
No, it's chat limits.
Yeah, but he's gone down to 15th. Dennis has dropped from 11th to 15th. Here we go. Gunther looking around the outside. Here's his radio.
Yeah, for Gunther.
Nothing.
Four-way fight for the lead now.
Verne.
And that's because
Yeah.
Roland's trying to save energy. Gunther's trying to get past, but to no avail. We almost hit the back of Barnard, in front of Barnard there.
Gunther's-
De Vries is deciding that if it's not his battle, so we'll read the top 3.
Gunther's got
The
1%
Costa's
more.
up to 6th.
Oh, wow, where did that come from? Look at Barnard's going for it. Down to turn 8. Roland goes defensive.
Oh, it's going to end in tears. It's going to end in
Gunther!
tears.
He looks to the inside. He can't do it. Nothing in the chicane. Barnard's been...
And we're taking any opportunities.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it. Go for it, Taylor. You've got nothing to lose.
You got more energy. Go, go, go.
Roland's going to hit 0. 0.1. Roland's got no energy at all. They're all having to save so much.
They've got 2 chicanes. They've got 2 chicanes to do it. I reckon Roland might have got this with a few corners to go.
It's under investigation for a pit stop infringement, but it's a 4-way fight to the lead. It's out of the last corner. No points. Roland's at 0. Gunther goes round the outside.
Round the outside.
Gunther's going to win. Roland hit 0 before the flag. It doesn't matter. He'll be disqualified. Gunther wins. A stunner in Jeddah. Barnard second. De Vries third. No doubt in my mind, Roland will be disqualified. He hit 0. Again. Wow.
Josh, I called it. He was pushing too much. He was pushing too
Barnard.
much in the race, and I was worried.
Phenomenal.
Yes, Max.
DS
Calm down.
Penske win. Maximilian Gunther wins. And Roland for sure will be disqualified. He hit 0.0. You can't do that.
You
can't.
You can hit 0.0 and coast to the line.
But he didn't.
Did he hit 0.0 before the chicane?
He hit 0.0 before the chicane, and he hit 0.0 coming out of the chicane. So he hit it
then
twice.
he will get a he will get a penalty of some sort.
Here is our winner with Karun.
But yeah, just stayed cool. With attack mode we progressed. And at the end we were good on energy and yeah, patient enough to do it in the last corner.
Pole position and a historic win with the pit boost this race. How did it feel getting that strategy to work right at the end? Because it was the energy. We saw Oliver Rowland just run out into the last chicane. You managed to make the energy and the strategy work. That must be tricky in the cockpit.
Yeah, it was tight, watching my numbers a lot, but yeah, at the end I had an edge over Oli. He was suffering with energy and pace, and yeah, we just did it. So it's amazing.
Well, enjoy the podium. Congratulations again.
Max Günther wins.
What a race.
Whew. I enjoyed that, but it was so chaotic.
Do you remember London season 1? Stefan Zarazan won the race but had no energy. He got a drive-through penalty, but the drive-through penalty was 49 seconds.
Yeah.
Because of because the Battersea Park pit lane was a little bit wild. So I reckon that Ollie will get something in the region of a 25-second penalty.
Yeah.
So that would put him 15th.
Yeah, it'd drop him way outside the points. So. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's absolutely huge for DS Penske. I think they've only ever had one win with Jev back in Hyderabad a couple of seasons ago, because they've been close on quite a few occasions, but they've never, they've never been there on the day, and apart from in Hyderabad, but even then we had a very similar situation where Jev was low on energy. And Nick Cassidy, when he was driving for Envision, had loads of energy left to spare, and so was able to, but couldn't get past. I thought it was going to be the exact same as that. However, Rowland, he ran out before the line, and will more than likely be under investigation. I'm not sure if anything's popped up on the timing screen.
Dennis,
no, but it hasn't yet.
Have seen anything?
Yeah,
but
Dennis is under investigation for not following race director's instructions, so that's come through. And
it's not unclassified on the timing screen.
Disqualified. Both Andretti's disqualified then. Yeah, well, Muller was already out of the race.
Yeah.
So Dennis, I believe there was something for track limits that he didn't. So he must have gone straight on and not stopped at a chicane or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that time deleted for track limits, 10:15.
That tends to be the case. But yeah, with Rowland, we'll have to see what happens with him. I think that won't be. That we'll probably hear more about that a long while after this. Knowing Formula E, penalties come. Not very quickly.
Just a reminder, you can stay with us here on JB Motorsports and Formula E Zone, because we will be bringing you all the post-race action as well as the post-race press conference. So stay with us for live coverage of that. Meantime, we'll have a bit of a breather and we'll hand over to the world feed as we get ready for the podium ceremony.
For DS Penske taking the team's first win since Hyderabad 2023, taking his first win since Tokyo last year as well, and his first for that team.
3 manufacturers winning the opening 3 races of the season.
Amazing. We love a bit of competition in Formula E. Nick debriefs, he'll be disappointed to have missed out on a podium. 4th place it is for the Dutchman at the checkered flag, but nonetheless a very strong performance for Mahindra. Again, given the progress that team has made over the last couple of seasons, it's a very impressive result from the team and for Nick debriefs to continue to make progress, especially with the double points finish, as Eden Mortara was 7th at the checkered flag as well. And there are your top 3 teams. 3 different powertrains inside the... in fact, that's 3 different teams, I should say. 2 different powertrains inside the top 3. And there is Jay Penske down in pit lane as well, celebrating with Max Günther. David Coulthard also down there as well. He'll be conducting the winners' interviews very shortly. Taylor Barnard as well. What a job from him. His best qualifying for the Neon McLaren team, where he lined up inside the top 10 for the first time and goes on to take a podium finish at the checkered flag. Let's go down to catch up with Max Günther, though. He's catching up with DC.
Max, congratulations. Pole position to the victory right at the last chicane there. We saw you getting out of the car, just how much that victory meant to you. Put us in the cockpit.
Yeah, it means everything to me, really. First win with my new team, with DS Penske. Was a lot of hard work. I think, yeah, race, obviously, amazing outcome for us. We lost quite a few places around the pit stop window, so we just stay calm. We did our race, and I didn't expect to come back all the way. I thought Podium is going to be good today, but to do it in the end and to win it is an extra special feeling. Yeah.
Well, tell us about that. You were slightly out of sequence. You say you thought you weren't going to be able to come back, but you managed your energy perfectly, used the attack mode at the right time, and of course we have to talk about pit boost as well.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, yeah, I feel like for all the pit stop window, we were a bit on the back foot. We lost places. I think I got out in like P8 net, which was a bit of a surprise. But then, yeah, we just kept progressing. Energy was looking good. I think others were spending a lot during this pit stop window. And yeah, at the end, we just had more than everyone else, and we got the win. Obviously, I didn't want to leave it to the last corner, but there was no other option. Ollie was doing a mega job today, and yeah, great race.
Just one quick one. When you came out of that second last chicane, you knew it was tight on the energy. Did you believe it was still going to happen right into the final chicane?
Yeah, I had belief until the end. Honestly, I got a perfect exit out of the second to last chicane, so I lined him up, and then it was just about if he has to coast or not for his energy, and at the end he had to. So yeah, I could make the move stick.
Brilliant first victory here in Jeddah. Congratulations.
Amazing job for Max Günther, his 6th victory in Formula E, his 3rd pole position this afternoon as well, and this is how he did it. Led away from the lights, and had the lead down to the first corner, pulled out a fair old advantage in the first couple of laps. See him here battling with Nick de Vries in the mid-stages as he sided his way through against the Dutchman in the Mahindra. And then coming down to the final couple of corners, this is the move that decided the race for Max Günther. Went through to take the victory ahead of Oliver Rowland in the Nissan. Fantastic job from Max Günther.
Ollie Rowland, the dream was there until the final chicane. In the end, you just didn't have the energy. It was a very well-managed race until that point.
Yeah, it was. I think we had a plan before the race and we executed it pretty well. I'm a little bit disappointed because I think when I had such a gap, if I'd have consumed a bit, I'd have had enough of a lap energy to defend from him. But yeah, he caught me napping a little bit where I couldn't do much in the last corner. But nevertheless, we scored some great points, and on to tomorrow.
And then in terms of pit boost, first time we've seen it used in a race, all ran smoothly for you. You seem to really pick up advantage. Also, when you used your attack mode, it really gave you an opportunity to open that gap.
Yeah, exactly. Everything was pretty good. So yeah, it all went quite smoothly. But the pace, the race was unlike a Formula E one. You know, we were much quicker, quite a lot spread out, and I actually quite enjoyed it.
Okay, just finally, that final lap, final corner, you defended all you could.
Yeah, I didn't have enough energy. We have a cut where we can't lift any later, otherwise we don't make it to the line. And I took the cut, and yeah, he had more energy.
Okay, well done on the podium.
Well, a bit of disappointment there for Oliver Rowland, but he can hold his head high. He did all he could in those circumstances. Started 3rd on the grid and was getting his elbows out in the early stages. You can see him here side by side with Pascal Wehrlein on the opening couple of laps, and this is the move he made for the lead against Max Günther, who slotted himself into 2nd position at this point. Through on the inside down into that point, and unfortunately for him it didn't work out for the victory after closing down on energy. Let's catch up with Barnard for 3rd place though.
Taylor, fantastic 2nd podium for the team. There was a lot of action there. We saw you tag Nick de Vries as well at one of the chicanes. No damage to the car. You must be very satisfied.
Absolutely. I mean, starting from P4, this was always my hope, but you never know how the race is going to play out. Obviously, it was the first pit boost race as well, so to know that we've done that as a team, a well procedure, yeah, I mean, I couldn't be happier to be P3.
Well, I might be able to make you happy on not only a podium, you also got the fan vote driver of the day.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Enjoy that, and it sets you up perfectly for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Well, a great job from Taylor Barnard, and only his 3rd race as a full-time Formula E driver. A couple of substitutions for Sam Bird last year, but now in Gen 3 Evo, he has really proven his mettle. Slight bit of contact with Nick de Vries in the early stages of the race, but managed to get his act together right when it mattered, and ultimately he would go on to hold off the very experienced Nick de Vries to take a second podium in just 3 races for season 11. Very well deserved for the youngster. Podium celebrations, of course, to come in a few moments as well. So then, well, Pit Boost, I think, has been a roaring success. What a fantastic addition to the Formula E races here tonight. A lot of strategy involved and a lot of different twists in the tale as a result of that. There's some investigations going on actually as well. But here's confirmation of the results. Round 3, the Jeddah E-Prix. Max Günther wins ahead of Oliver Rowland and Taylor Barnard. Nick de Vries in 4th position ahead of Jake Hughes in P5. Then it's Jean-Eric Byrne, Edo Mortara making it a double Mahindra points finish. Sam Bird also sneaking his way up into 8th position. Antonio Felix da Costa, he was in the wars throughout that one, coming across the line in 9th place. A couple of points on the board there for the Tag Heuer Porsche team. And Stoffel van Dorn in the Maserati, also making it a double points finish for the Monaco-based outfit. Nick Cassidy, unfortunately, still fails to get his points tally off to a charge in round 3, finishing in 11th position ahead of the 2 Envision cars. Then David Bettman ahead of Pascal Wehrlein, who we saw was in some strife on the opening lap. Also a race to forget for Andretti. A double DNF here in Jeddah for both Jake Dennis and for Nico Müller, owing to technical problems with both of their cars. And Mitch Evans as well, also in the second Jaguar, not having a race to remember here tonight as well. Well, now the celebration's about to begin, but let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship first of all. Coming into this weekend, it was Antonio Felix da Costa who led the championship, and now it is Oliver Rowland who has a 2-point advantage over the Portuguese driver. Maximilian Günther elevates himself up into 3rd place. Taylor Barnard also up into 4th. Mitch Evans, no score here tonight, down into 5th position. Nick de Vries also moving up the order, and Pascal Wehrlein likewise having a day to forget as well. Further down, Jake Hughes up into 12th position in the drivers' standings, leapfrogging himself ahead of Van Dorn, Buemi, Ticktum and Nico Müller. You can see the drivers from 17th place, Robin Price and down, all yet to get off the scoreboard, including Nick Cassidy in the Jaguar. He'll be hoping for better fortunes in 24 hours' time. The Teams Championship, Tag Heuer Porsche still hold enough of an advantage over DS Penske. Well, I say enough of an advantage, a 3-point advantage over the team in 2nd place. Now Neil McLaren down into 3rd in the standings, themselves ahead of Andretti with the double DNF for the American outfit tonight. And then the championship in the manufacturers, Nissan now ahead of Porsche for the first time there as well. Fantastic job for them here tonight, both courtesy of the factory team as well as the Neon McLaren outfit. Porsche down into 2nd place, only Antonio Felix da Costa from that outfit being the driver who scored. No points for Kiro, no points also there for Andretti.
As we get ready for the podium ceremony then, Jack, you just got some information that you mentioned about Degrassi.
Yeah, Degrassi is under investigation for energy overuse, so that's something that it won't really affect the results. I mean, like Degrassi ended up 16th, and he had to serve that penalty earlier on as well. I was thinking though, if we saw how Rowland was running so low on energy, tomorrow we believe that there isn't going to be a pit boost, even though it has been debated. But if there isn't pit boost and Rowland was that close to running out of power, how different is tomorrow's race going to be? How much more lifting and coasting is there going to be tomorrow compared to today?
We've just been saying, haven't we, in all of our commentary this weekend, how great races have been, that we haven't had to have this peloton-style racing. Slightly worried we're going to have that peloton-style race tomorrow. It was getting dangerous out there when the lights went out.
Yeah, it was a chaotic race from start to finish, but I think it was a really good race, and I really enjoyed how pit boost was implemented, and I want to see more of this going forward, but there is still something that bugs me about the usable energy, because we're at 38.5 kilowatts of power, but in Gen 2 we were up at 52 or something like that, so
yeah,
I don't understand why it's been reduced so much. I think we need to have these longer races, and actually today I think the race was a good length.
I agree with you. It sort of perfectly balanced it as well, didn't it, as well?
Yeah.
We're just getting ready for the podium. I can see that Jess is prepping all her stuff that she needs to do as well for this weekend on her computers. There's one positive of having a bigger monitor now. I can actually see what Jess is up to, because often she just darts around everywhere. So, you're on mute, so we can't hear you anyway. I'll wait until Jess.
I don't remember putting myself on mute, but there we go.
It's instinct these days. I just press the cough button on the bus mixer. Onto the podium then. Do either of you two need to leave after the podium? Because I don't know.
I need food and I need to practice for Jeddah.
Right. So Jess has to spare. Jack.
Yeah, I'm happy to stay. I believe my food's in the microwave for when I'm done. So,
I'll hold you to that.
I'm happy to stay.
Because we've got the press conference to fill too. Yes.
But I will see you tomorrow for qualifying.
Yes. That's going to be an exciting one. And then,
good.
Yeah.
Good. You've got a co-commentator for qualifying because I'm not here for qualifying. I should be here for the race. But yeah.
Don't worry, I'll be here the weekend.
Hey.
Good.
I was surprised that you're here today, Jess, to be fair, because I think it's 5 o'clock the race starts.
I was debating whether to commentate, but I've never missed any races so far, so, you know, I'm keeping up that record.
And Jess will be...
Taylor Barnard. Sorry, go on.
No, so Jess will be filling in Berlin for me as well, as I'm at Donington.
Ah.
Go on, Jack.
Yeah, Taylor Barnard out onto the podium. Ollie Rowland now. Yeah, I haven't seen anything that says that Ollie is under investigation. So maybe they have followed the letter of the law just.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to see. That is something... I will text that out to Saudi Arabia and get someone to ask that.
We have also, still remember, we've got Rowland and... Well, DeGrasse is under investigation for the energy overuse, but we've also got Rowland and Verne noted for pit lane infringement. So I still don't know what all that's about coming through.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So
yeah.
It's still not.
So we still got them to come.
Onto the podium then. It's a unique podium here at Saudi Arabia, not the Formula One, but this is actually what the Formula One podium is going to be this year. So we're seeing a little bit of an exclusive.
So Formula E is the guinea pigs, yeah?
Yes.
As always.
That sounds about right. Yep.
And it's good for on top of the podium we'll hear the national anthem soon, won't we?
Yeah. It should be German and American.
Unless they go DS Penske route and it will be China. We shall find out.
German.
And now for DS Penske, it should be the American national anthem. We'll have that confirmed to us shortly. Yes, it's the United States national anthem. the German and United States national anthem as well. And a thrilling event here. Should we do it all again tomorrow, where things could be 10 times different? Yes,
Yes,
we
please.
can. I can't wait for this. It's going to be really exciting. So,
I'm kind of gutted that we didn't that these races aren't the other way around.
Yeah.
So that we could see how different Pit Boost would be to a normal race round Jeddah, because it would have made sense to do it
race 2,
first race to have it normal, then second race like we're bringing the stupid. But yeah, I think they just wanted to showcase it today. I'm not sure whether it's going to be the second races of each weekend going forward, because that's what we were initially told, that it was going to be the second race of the weekend. Or maybe it's the Saturday race that's normal, and because it's an Arabian weekend, still Friday, don't worry. And so they're doing that today, and then it'll be on Sunday from what's after Monaco onwards. That's the next double header. Wow.
yeah, but after that, it's a lot of double headers for the rest of the year as well.
Yeah.
There's
There's only 2 single headers left in Miami and Jakarta.
What have Formula E become really with double headers?
Yeah. And that's why, like, and I know this is that we had off air, Josh, but that's why I said about my system earlier.
It works.
That's what, yeah. Because we've got so many double headers now in Formula E, you might as well.
Trophies and laurel wreaths going on as well as His Royal Highness lifts up the flower girl to present the winning laurel wreath to Maximilian Gunther. And don't forget, no champagne here. So the celebrations begin.
I think they have got rosewater. That is a first for Formula E.
Yeah.
Because they haven't used rosewater in the past. They've just used a little confetti cannon.
Fair play.
So,
personally, just have non-alcoholic champagne. Still sprays the same. Just come on, I've got a bottle of that in my fridge. So.
Oh, I've got a bottle of
now, Josh.
I've got a bottle of Ferrari Trento downstairs.
No longer the
I'm
sponsor.
saving it for a special occasion.
I did that actually. I saved a very expensive Norway. It was now.
Oh
back.
no, I've work gave it to me, so for being there for too long. So yeah, I got given a bottle of champers for being there 5 years. So yeah, that was quite nice.
Next year he gets a clock.
Yeah.
Anybody who doesn't get that, if you get a clock in working, it means that they're retiring you. That's why it's like get your car. It's like, you get a clock. It's the same.
It's me we're walking 600.
Wow. Ed Hunter, you are watching. Interesting race you missed. Can't wait for him to say what he thinks about it in Miami.
Well, he won't see Pit Boost in Miami because that's a single header. He'll
No.
see it in Monaco.
That's gonna be
Yeah,
a
you
lot.
will see it in Monaco. Oh my god, I can't wait for the double header in Monaco.
It's going to be so good.
It's going to be chaos.
I've got everything crossed that I'm out there, but well, we'll see.
I'm going to head off now.
Okie dokie, thank you, Jess. We will let Karoon have a
Do you
driver's
want my
debrief.
cam?
Oh, JT's here. Yes, please. Hello, JT.
Hello.
Let's head back over then
Right,
to Karoon and Mitch Evans. Thank you, Jess.
Thank you, babe.
Issue just from the body language of the car.
Yeah.
Because on the exit of here, he just doesn't seem to be attacking as I would expect. So I'm getting attacked by Taylor, and then
Taylor,
actually how much he got on the brakes here just really surprised me.
Into turn 5, yeah, because I guess, as you were saying, he was in second place, then he sort of dropped further back, so it just caught you
And
off guard.
yeah, exactly. And I was kind of stuck behind him, but I was not expecting him to be on the brakes that heavy. I thought he would have been able to maybe hang around the outside of him. And then
But at this point, your wing's still intact. and
Yeah,
you've got
I
Nick
wasn't
de Vries
sure.
now.
To be honest, I wasn't sure. But this next phase is my fault, completely my fault. I had someone behind me, so I was in. I think there's someone here trying to sneak up the inside of me.
Yeah.
And I'm.
Well, let's just go
My
back here and
focus is a bit
see.
on him, and I misjudge it here. And actually, at this point, I'm looking in the mirror.
Yeah, I can see there. Your head's looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
So you've done that. that thing which people in the unfortunately have experienced, I'm sure, is on the roads, haven't they? Look in the mirror, look in front, and the brake lights are on.
Normally in these situations, I feel like I'm pretty aware. This one just really caught me by surprise, and the one with Pascal felt like it was very hard to avoid, but this one was completely on me, and that's what did the damage with the wing.
And we saw you carrying on for a couple of laps. Were you just hoping it would break off?
Yeah, hoping it would break off, but the tire was getting really bad, and also just the drag. It was like the aero balance is way off. Actually, this new front wing does add a bit of load to the front axle, so I was hoping it would break off. It wouldn't, and actually the safety car came a lap too late for me. So anyway, my race was done. It's just a real shame. I think the pace would have been tricky anyway, but yeah, just when it's over that quick, it's disappointing.
Obviously, you won the opening round in Brazil, but it's been a tough ride for the whole team since then, really. Anything that you think you can unlock in terms of performance for tomorrow?
I don't know. It's been a struggle since we arrived here. Actually, Mexico wasn't easy as well. I don't know how Nick went. The Envisions, I think, were at the back because I kind of caught up to them. Yeah, it's a bit of a concern. We need to really understand what's going on because, yeah, we're definitely we're just hanging in there over one lap, and in the race pace don't seem to have much of an answer at the moment.
All right, listen, I'll let you get to the engineers. Thanks for your time. Cheers.
Well, good to hear there from Mitch Evans. Not the race neither he nor the Jaguar team would have wanted, a double non-score here tonight. Mitch Evans down in 20th place at the checkered flag, and unfortunately for Nick Cassidy, also outside of the points in 11th position. But what an EPrix we've had here in Jeddah. Great victory for Max Günther and DS Penske.
It really has been. I presume that's them going to an ad break, or they might also be throwing down to Nikki. I'm never sure these days. It's an ad break. Lovely. To begin with, unless they've just, sent us off goodbye. Well, we've got time to kill before the press conference, obviously, which is great news. And Josh T is joining us now as well. Hello, JT. Have you been watching in the background the whole time? I didn't know you were there.
I have been watching in the background, but I departed for a little bit. But I was watching it the whole time.
What did you make of it then?
I've got 3 words for you.
Go on.
Expensive bumper cars.
That's pretty much defined Formula A, isn't it?
That is literally what it was.
Yeah.
End of discussion.
Jack, anything to add to expensive bumper cars?
Yeah. Does mine also have to be 3 words?
You can make it several.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because I hadn't thought of 3 words. But yeah, no. I think it was chaos, but it was good chaos, sort of. And so and that's what, and I think that's what season 11 has sort of been so far. That we've seen this like new era of attack mode, and attack mode is doing what attack mode was originally supposed to do. But the last couple of years, we've seen people use it to just try and get rid of it, and people are using attack mode for its proper purpose now. Pit boost was interesting. It was a little bit chaotic to see who's in pit lane, who's not in pit lane, what's happening around the circuit, and the TV direction was cutting to pit lane when we want to see overtakes and everything like that. And so yeah, it was kind of disappointing to see that. But I know that there was a graphic set that didn't work today, but hopefully will work in Monaco going forward. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very enjoyable and chaotic race. Yeah, it's standard Formula E.
Gave us finally something we needed, I think, as well, JT. It sort of binded the regulations together, and as Jack said, it kind of made it all make sense finally. It's been so many years of it not working, now it works, and it's like, okay, it's interesting to see it the first time.
I want to rant about NASCAR, but I will rant about NASCAR off air to you, JB.
It's been one of those days. Tictum, under investigation for pit stop infraction. So that's him. Now, if he's under investigation for that, you've got to then also remember what are we going to see from Roland and who else was it? It wasn't DeGrasse.
Vern.
Vern.
Was the other one.
That was a great battle, by the way.
Which one?
The final lap one.
Oh yeah, Gunther, Roland, and Barnard. And
I was certain that Roland had that. or if Roland wasn't going to have it, it was going to be a run to the line. I was not expecting Gunter into the chicane. That was a phenomenal move from Max Gunter.
It does look like he's just kept it safe, though, hasn't he? In terms of he had to lift off. He couldn't go over the allotted time and energy, so he's lifted off, and it looked like he just got it across the line. He did hit 0.0%. I need to look back at that ending to see if we can tell if he's coasting or driving or not. It's a bit of tale of two, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. You need to sort of accelerate to get out the corner, but the thing is, you do have to lift off. You do have to lift off to coast over the line, and we've seen it quite a lot of times where they hit 0.0 and they coast over the line. But at the same time, it's if they've hit 0.0 and if they were coasting at that point and then regened it up to 0.2, 0.3, and then got around the corner and then gone again, then I think that's probably fair game. But we'll have to see. That's not the thing Roland's under investigation for, so we'll see if maybe I don't think McLaren would appeal because they're the same manufacturer for powertrains. We'll see if Mahindra could appeal that. Because
that would be the third
Nick
place for them.
might be out of a podium there, but well, I mean that's something we'll have to see.
Huge points on the line. Let's head down then to Nikki and to Katie as we await the press conference.
Just into one of the last chicanes, you could see Roland's energy was completely on the limit and he had to lift off and coast. Max said he set it up perfectly and he was just waiting to see if he did. Luckily he did, and he managed to slide it around the outside and take the win.
Frustrations, though, that you could hear from Oliver Rowland, in that post-race interview there. If they'd managed that energy better, particularly, when they came out after the pit boost, he was pushing really hard, had that big gap, which seemed almost unnecessary. If they'd managed that energy better, perhaps he could have taken the win today.
It is so hard to say, though, because also if you remember in Saudi last year, Dennis won by 13 seconds. So those big gaps can happen and they can work in races. And I think here it was just a case of everybody's got to do the first race and figure out how to manage this pit boost. And you don't know until you try. So he's going to be disappointed, but I don't think they did anything majorly wrong.
Well, DC, welcome. Thank you for an excellent commentary during the course of that race. It was a busy one, though, wasn't it? I mean, you had the opportunity to speak to Max. He was glowing.
Yeah, absolutely. You could see it, how much it meant to him. All came together very late. Not many, well, Formula E, you see quite often races decided right at the line, but not many other races are decided as late as that. But yeah, he managed it beautifully. The team are going to be very happy with it.
Well, let's go to Karun now, who's been analysing all of that last lap drama.
Thanks, Nikki. Yes, I am going to analyse the last lap here. So we're going to go on board with Max Gunter. He's got Oliver Rowland ahead of him. Now, at this stage, as they started the last lap, Gunter was 1% up on Rowland's energy. So when you see the red light flashing on the back of the Nissan, that's when the car's harvesting energy. It's recharging the battery there. And look how early Rowland braking, just trying to keep that energy back into the battery because he's a 1% down. He's also having to defend the line. So we saw into turn 4, he was on the inside. And just watch again as we come through the sequence of corners towards turn 8. He stays to the left. He's protecting the inside line to try and just hold on. And Gunter, being patient, didn't try for a lunge around the outside. He actually lost a little bit of a time there by staying on the right-hand side. And at this stage, Rowland was, he was in an okay position, but Gunter was still up on energy. At this point, he was down to 1%, Rowland about 0.5%, so still effectively double as much. And when we got to the final couple of corners, this is where it got really tricky for Oliver. So he's harvesting energy out of the last thing, and now we come up to the final chicane. Watch that light start to flash about there, and he's just at the point where Rowland had to back out of it on the right-hand side. And Gunter, in the end, it was a well-managed race. So, as you guys were talking about before, I think Oliver will be really disappointed because when he came out of the pits, Gunter was way down. He was down in 6th place. He was similar energy. And Rowland was just pushing hard. He opened a gap of 3.6 seconds. He didn't need to do that. He could have just kept the gap around the 1.5 second mark and stayed at the same energy of Max Günther. So in the end, I think that DS Penske and Max Günther managed their energy better than Nissan did with Roland, and that's what gave him the advantage on the final lap to attack and take that win. And we can see just how happy he is there celebrating on the slowing down lap. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Karun. Now joining us, we have the team principal of Maserati, who, understandably so, should have a smile on his face. 5th and 10th. Congratulations, Cyril. What a result.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's been a positive day. Obviously, both cars in the points. It's very promising, and we can see that there's a lot of pace in the package. It's always good to move forward. There was a lot of unknown, you know, coming to the race with the pit boost, you know, new track for everyone. A lot to manage, but I think the team did well. Good execution, clean execution. We're a bit aggressive on Jake's strategy, which paid out. So yeah, overall a very good weekend, but obviously tomorrow I want to see moving us up the grid and even stronger results.
Well, it was a great start in qualifying, getting Jake into the duels. And how is Stoffel van Dorn settling in? Because it's only his 3rd race with the team.
Yeah, he's settling in the team very well. Obviously, he's been in the Stellantis family in its 3rd season, so he knows the car, the package. We've got a lot of collaboration between ourselves and DS, so it's much easier for him. He's getting used to, but obviously today qualifying was not as good as it should have been, so we're going to work hard tonight, and he's going to qualifying much higher tomorrow.
And what have you learned? Because tomorrow we do it all over again, but there's no pit boost. So the strategy that you used today isn't going to help you for tomorrow.
I won't give you too much away, but no, I think tomorrow it's going to be a lot more focus on energy saving. Obviously, we can see that there will be two different phases of the race. The first one was more about track position and be aggressive around the pit stop, the pit boost, sorry. And then tomorrow it will be more traditional race. You know, there's a lot of straight, a lot of deployments, but a lot of energy saving to do. So I think tomorrow will be a bit more focus, obviously, around attack mode and the energy saving.
Well, we saw that was a deciding factor today in the case of Oliver Roland. Didn't do enough energy saving. It was within, what, 1% to Max there in the end, but that makes all the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that everybody maybe underestimated a little bit, you know, how much energy saving there will be. People were really aggressive around the pit in, pit out, you know, and around the pit stop. But obviously energy management came to play at the end. Also, you can see that some cars, especially at the lead, you know, were without the slipstream, which is still a big factor here. And I think, yeah, he paid the price maybe a little bit at the end of the race, but overall, yeah, I think he did a solid job. So. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Cyril, thank you so much. I know you've got a team briefing, so we will let you go. Get a good night's sleep, and we do it all over again tomorrow.
Thank you very much, guys. See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, there isn't much time to rest because it's pretty late here, but hopefully everyone will get a relatively good night's sleep before the action starts again in race 2. But for now, we are going to have a little chat. I'm not quite sure what we're going to next. We'll just keep talking, shall we? Right, okay. We are going to come back to you in a moment.
Coming up on Formula E.
The adrenaline is still inside me. It's a very successful test. Yeah, it was amazing.
So this is it. We are moments away from the start of the race here, live on the grid.
The combination of an experienced driver and a rookie fits well.
Working with Lucas has been great so far. Bringing my own youth and experience as well, and so far it's been a good dynamic.
Lights out and we're underway. Good start from Ollie Rowland.
Right, guys, so this is the moment where we've got to work out who lost the bet.
Well,
wasn't me. I picked the winner.
I got second. What did you get? Oh, you
I don't think I was there officially.
Right, well,
luckily. Pascal,
who did you pick, Nicola?
P16.
There you
I'm
go.
in serious
this
trouble.
is nice and sweaty from me.
Okay, bring it on.
You might need 2 hands.
Are you really going to make me do this?
Yeah, it's truly disgusting, full of germs and.
So Nikki is
We got
putting
shampoo.
on
Helmet,
Hughes's
shampoo.
helmet.
It doesn't fit. What a shame. My head is
Doesn't
too
fit.
big.
I tell you what, because it's Valentine's Day.
Oh,
you can
I
have
get flowers instead.
There you go.
Oh, as it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Tomorrow, we go racing once again here in Jeddah.
It's round 3 in Jeddah.
Yeah, how did that go then, chaps? I think that was quite entertaining.
Yeah. No, I've actually done that. It was after the test in at Donington in 2016. Yeah, it was 15 because I hadn't passed my test.
Right.
So Donington 2015. Senator Bruno just finished doing his day in the car. My friend was going to pick up some gloves, some signed gloves, because she'd asked for them. And I saw it was in his helmet bag, so I went, Bruno, can I have a go at wearing that? Anyway, it's really sweaty. He's like, don't care. So I wore the helmet, and I got a photo of it. I got him to sign it. I'm not sure where it is. Is it? No, it's not in that drawer. I will try and find that, and
please do.
I'll bring it along to tomorrow's show so that people can see. But yeah, no, that's my little.
Got about 5 minutes until the next program starts, which is going to be.
Yeah. I've just got some news on Tictum as well.
Oh, please do tell.
So we saw in the race, Tictum dropped from a fairly decent points playing position all the way down to the back. That's because the charger didn't connect properly,
right?
And so they had to plug it in a couple of times, and then the team decided to change the wing against Dan's request. So yeah, what could have been a decent point scoring finish for Dan didn't turn out to be in the end, but he'll have another shot at that doing that tomorrow.
JT, I've just been told to tell you that they've moved the start time up for trucks, I think.
That's what I was... No, the main race, that's what I was going to rant about to you off air.
Oh! What now? When is it now?
1:30, 6:30, they've brought in an hour.
So it's 6:30 p.m. for us. So you're telling me we might actually get to go to bed before midnight? Oh, no, this is on Sunday. For the Daytona 500.
Oh, okay.
You're also telling me that I was already pushing it to be back for the Daytona 500, and now I'm not going to be back for the start of the Daytona 500.
We've got to go because the press conference. We have to go because the press conference.
Welcome to World Championship in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Please welcome on the stage from right to left, third place driver Taylor Barnard with Neil McLaren. Second and new championship leader on the left, Nissan's Oliver Rowland. And our race winner this evening, DS Penske's Maximilian Gunther. A first race win for your new team. Can you put into words your emotions right now?
Yeah, it means a lot to me. First win with DS Penske. We've had a very good start to the season. Actually, always performing well on the first 3 weekends now. Unlucky in Sao Paulo, solid last time out in Mexico, and yeah, obviously here perfectly with pole, fastest lap, and the race win. So extremely happy, extremely proud. Yeah, I mean, race was actually pretty difficult. I think all did an amazing job until the end, defending so well. And yeah, we just stayed patient, and we had more energy at the end to get in, but it was hard work. I mean, I was exited after the pit stop, so yeah, for a moment I wasn't too sure if that's all going on.
Just did you know that there was a good chance you could do it, because it was a great battle between you two?
I mean, to be fair, he was defending so well that it was just about if he gets the cut out for the last corner. He did everything right. Very wide, but yeah, yesterday early, then I've got a chance and I took it at the end, so yeah, mega happy.
Once you
Well, we do apologise for the technical issue that we seem to be experiencing with the press conference, a glitch on the side of Saudi Arabia over there. So we're still waiting to be rejoined. Hopefully we'll get the press conference soon. They have actually stopped the stream for us over here, and I think they're going to restart it at any moment now in order to try and get some information back. But we've just got a glitch on our side, which is not the best news.
Podium is realistic today.
Yeah, I think the press conference looks like it's
and
got major glitches.
I'm able to close a lot the gap to Ollie, and I tried it until the end, so it was good.
And finally, same again tomorrow?
No.
Look, I'm really happy about today. If you want to win a race in Formula E, really all the stars have to be aligned. I think this was the case today. Tomorrow, everybody's starting from zero. The competition here is so incredibly tight. Yeah, you know, you always have to stay with 4 feet on the ground. And, I like the track, so far it's going well, and yeah, we give the very best tomorrow again.
Congratulations again, the 6th race win in and the first race win for you for JBSportsXtra. Ollie, we'll move on to you. Obviously, mentioned there a great battle with Maximilian. How do you feel after that last lap? Because, you know, you scored more points again, you're leading the championship. It must be bittersweet because you...
The victory, it's a bit disappointing, but I think I'm pretty happy. You know, the car was good. We stuck to our strategy. I think it was a great race as a spectacle. It was able to push quite hard. Had to be almost inch perfect every lap, and it came down to half a second. You know, we were first and second after the first lap, and the gap in the start was half a second. So of course it was a bit disappointing. I'm a little bit frustrated that I didn't know how much of a buff he had as he was coming back through, because I could have probably kept my target high enough to defend a bit better, let's say. But I was actually trying to keep the gap at some point, and that hurt me a little bit at the end. But no, look, we did a great job. I think qualifying we were extremely strong. I'm enjoying driving the car on the track, and just looking forward to tomorrow, really.
You left your pit boost quite late in the race. How close was that to the original plan? Were there any changes made after you saw the drivers a little bit earlier?
No, I wasn't actually aware who took the pit stop. I saw a few coming on the first lap, but I had a bit of a gap, so I really wasn't aware. But we planned to do exactly what we did. We executed the plan. I think it was a way to stay quite safe and conservative in the first one, to stay a little bit out of the mess. It probably didn't go quite as we planned. We expected that a lot of people would do what we did, but it didn't seem that they did. But you know, look, I think we did everything right. I mean, we just lacked 500ths of energy in the last corner, and that's it.
It wasn't a repeat of Mazzano, of course.
That's very true.
Yeah. Obviously, tomorrow's amount of laps, but no pit boost. What kind of style of race are you expecting?
Completely different. I think we'll get a race. Portland, Mazzano, high energy saving races where it's going to be a bit of a mess in the beginning. Qualifying will be less important, but yeah, we'll see what people prefer, whether these types of races or I expect tomorrow to be much more chaotic and people winning from 15th possibly. So yeah, qualifying will be a bit less important.
Okay, congratulations again. We look forward to it. And Taylor Barnard, once again here on the podium, a second season. This one.
Yeah, absolutely. I made a mistake by letting pass on the laps also, and then just got past as well, which hindered my race a little bit. But of course, I had to fight for that. I had to fight them both hard to get past, and in the end, I had to get my second podium.
How aware were you that that was basically your last chance to get past it before your attack mode ran out? That you really left it till the last possible moment there to get the place.
I mean, I had to try and catch it, and I saw on my steering wheel, and I knew I had only 15 seconds left, so I had 1 month. So I made it very aggressive, and of course it came out, but yeah, it was very close. It was a fight.
Before the race, obviously, you're still battling with former champions and still holding your own, which super your first full season as a driver. Would it be possible had you not been stuck behind the Maserati for so long?
Look, with how close I was on the last couple of laps, a win was possible, but like Max said, Ollie was defending very well, and when you're to try and make some kind of move on P2 is very difficult, especially around here, so it's all if buts and maybes. But I think anyway, we did a good race as a team, and we're looking forward to tomorrow.
And finally, in contrast to Ollie, you were one of the drivers that pit boost early. Was that always going to be the plan? You basically got it as best you could.
Yeah, I think the plan from the beginning. I think we executed everything very well. I lost time. I don't know if that's because I entered behind the Maserati and a little bit of time behind him. But yeah, I mean, I still need to analyse everything properly. But to get the first one out of the way, I'm very happy.
Well, congratulations on another podium. Time for some questions from the journalists here in the room. Please raise your hand if you'd like to ask. Just front first.
Congratulations on the podium. What have you put
round of applause for this legend, everyone. In the final moments of the race, Gunther overtook you. Exactly happened in the last moments.
Yeah, basically we have like a point in which we have to lift in the last corner, otherwise we won't make it to the line. I had to lift, and I was hoping that he did too, but he didn't. So yeah, he had enough to get me outside.
Thank you very much for your question. We'll go to Jack in the front here next.
Jack Smith, Motorsport Week. Max, I was called you the professor, and you certainly lived up to that day. But given how quick your car was all day, that's showing that Phil Charles is kind of showing to
I'm really happy with my new team. I think we feel they've put incredible people together. Yeah, so far I think the last few, or my first few months of the team have been enjoying massively. There's so much quality in this team. Phil is amazing. Yeah, it's just such a cool group to work with. I really enjoy every second, and amazing that so early already we can get such a big race and a win. Yeah, it's a pleasure to work with Phil.
Thank you very much. Any more questions in the room?
First of all, guys, what are you thinking at the boost?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I actually had a huge lockup on the entry to the pits, and my tyre was quite flat spot, so as I was sat there, I was kind of cursing at myself. I wouldn't say what I was kind of saying to myself, but I was a bit annoyed at myself. And I don't know if you guys seem to last a long time.
I mean, if you talk on the radio, it's actually...
You were talking?
I was talking on the radio, so it's quite quick, actually.
I'm banned from that.
Yeah, I was talking on the radio engineer, also hoping to get behind me. Unfortunately, I didn't, but it didn't feel too long when you're talking on the radio.
Thank you very much. It worked out for you at least. One more. Do we have a mic?
I'm Hamdan from Ashar Middle East. First of all, I congratulate all the trades, really, and especially Roland, like you, creators. You must be in the B1 race, and that's maximum could pass and take up in a great way. Not like the rookie and going to Podium in Jeddah, the new McLaren team, so proud. And know how was here in Jeddah.
So we've again lost the action from the press conference at the moment. So we're going to be returning to the boys in the box. I'm going to go back in on the map book, and we'll hear from Jack and the team. Hello, everyone. Yeah, press conference has gone off. Hey, wasn't that a lot of fun?
Oh well.
Don't work, does it?
Oh well, what a shame.
Yeah.
I asked a question as well, and I did it in a professional manner. I said, I put it in because you're supposed to, it's got to be name and publication, isn't it, first of all? So
Yeah.
I put Joshua Birch, JB Motorsports, question 12 of Roland, are you confident you'll avoid a penalty for hitting 0.0 energy remaining twice before the line? And I don't know if it's been answered or not. I feel a bit miffed by the team.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm trying to get the press conference back.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. I mean, I will text Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
As well. When I say text Saudi Arabia, yeah, I've gone Crown Prince. I'm not going to make up a name because it's going to sound bad, anyways. And yeah, no. I've got that. I've got Nick Golding from Racing News 365 and Jack Smith from Motorsport Week, and I will try and find out some information and get back some information so that you've got some content for tomorrow in practices and qualifying, because I'll be back for the race, but I won't be back for Yes. The first 2 sessions.
Well, we will try and bring you the press conference. We'll see if they upload it to the EPrix portal and the media bank, and if they do, we'll bring it to you. You can check it out on Formula E Zone and JB Motorsports as well. If we do get it, we'll play it in the build-up to practice tomorrow, or even in our pre-race show build-up as well, so that you get to hear what the drivers had to say. We'll have closing thoughts then, I think, gentlemen, on this one. JT, starting with you, closing thoughts on the opener here in Saudi.
Chaotic, just classic Formula E racing, and, well, a lot of carbon fibre everywhere, and I think it might be the same tomorrow.
It could be. Jack, what about you?
Excited and intrigued. So excited because we saw pit boost for the first time, and I think it worked kind of all right. And intrigued at the fact that even though Ollie Rowland hit 0.0 today, what's that going to do for tomorrow without the pit boost, without the extra 10%? So I'm looking forward to see how that rolls out tomorrow.
Thank you, Jack, for stepping into the comms box, and we'll look forward to see you tomorrow. Thank you, JT, for replacing Jess, and thank you, Jess, as well. And all of you watching on Formula E Zone and JB Motorsports. What an exciting race we've had. A record has been broken, the first ever pit stop in Formula E to recharge the cars as well, and the first stop of any kind for 7 years. Has race-defining properties. Thank you very much for your company. We'll be back tomorrow on both channels, ready for free practice 3, qualifying 2, and round 4 of the championship. But Maximilian Gunther has won the million and gets the first win. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.